Busters with Liz, Danny, Brando, and Todd.
Hey, kid!
Hey, sports fans. Welcome to Ball Busters, a show for fans by fans. From who's hot to who's not, to what's on the tailgate menu and everything in between. I'm your host, the guru with good brew, Brando. And tonight, with me as always, we have Danny's favorite tight end, Big T, Little Odd.
Here I am.
And the last pirate bender, Liz Taylor.
What up, what up, what up?
Our producer and the lovable mustard princess, Dirt McCoy.
What's up, asshole?
And tonight, we have a guest, Drennen.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Let's get started with our guest, Drennen. Are you going to murder Todd tonight?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I mean, like, we're just gonna, it's gonna happen. Like, it's just we're on a little bit of a collision course. I've been seeing you side-eyeing me all night, and, ever since I got here. And, I'm just gonna.
What's that about, Todd? You throwing beef?
Measuring up my ass whooping, that's all.
That's
measuring up, see what I'm going to have to take here.
I brought like some barbed wire and some trash cans and stuff like that. But honestly, I think I just got to put you in a hammerlock and you'll like scream like a little I don't know. Can we curse on here? I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can say whatever you want. Yeah.
What is a hammerlock?
A hammerlock?
Yeah.
Oh, it's basically Todd. You wanna?
I think he's asking to demonstrate it on him right now.
A hammerlock is basically taking your from your wrist to your forearm and putting that behind your back and cinching that up, basically taking your
flexible shoulders.
Yeah. You've been doing your poses and your stretches and stuff.
No, I can hit my shoulder.
Are you volunteering, Todd?
Well, we'll see later.
He doesn't have
We'll find out later.
No,
have a choice.
Right now.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now.
I mean,
Are you volunteering right now?
Well, wait,
For
hold on.
more torture?
Hold on.
I mean,
Wait.
go on.
Let's start right here. So Todd said because he lost the Daytona 500 bet
put
last
that on
week.
the option.
Let's say one of the options is that Drennen gets to use Todd as his
dummy.
his dummy all night if he wants to. Would you say Drennen gets
Well,
to
I
pick?
I heard you doing the Ric Flair woo earlier, and I can put you in a figure four like right now and break your ankle. Basically.
It'll make you go woo, but in a different way.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a flare chop?
Gosh.
Oh, a chop. You know what? Chops are great. They're fun as hell, but I'd rather take your ankle and just like twist it like about 45 degrees the wrong
ankle,
way.
So I'd rather take what'd you call the other one? The shoulder lock thing?
The hammerlock?
Hammer.
Are you Googling hammerlock right now?
No. I'm writing down the
Does a
options.
picture of
what
Bob
I'm gonna have to
Backlund
take
just
over
immediately
here.
come up?
I'm writing down the options of what they're going to have to vote on. So we got the hammerlock. I don't really want a figure four on me.
Okay.
I'll do a flare chop.
Or you just do an ankle lock. I see you got the UFC on there right there. I mean, I could just do any of those kind of I am not versed in particularly Brazilian jiu-jitsu or just mixed martial arts, but
Todd's
I do
looking
know
for help
I do
right
know
now.
a couple basics.
I know.
Do you know the Kamara?
Oh yeah, definitely. I could do that.
The
man.
Alvin Kamara?
I mean,
The Kamara.
I know, but that's
Kamara
what
arm
makes
lock?
me know that I got good shoulders. So that one's a tough one on me.
I love when it's like, oh,
Kimura?
a rear naked choke. I'm like, well, I just called it the sleeper hold when I was a kid. you know?
There's no fight in that one. I mean,
Brutus Beefcake knows it. I could probably pull it off too.
Is that the move that would bring him closest to death?
Probably.
All right. Let's do that one. Liz, what do you think? Sleeper?
Can you teach me how to do that?
Oh, 100%.
Right.
Super easy.
I think
Yeah.
we need to wait a little bit.
Put them all
before-
out.
We got time before we get into this.
You can make it a regular segment if you want.
I just want to say, we need to be careful on what you teach her because Starley's not here to consent, and so
Well, they have a safe word. I think it's hot dog.
I thought it was bologna.
It's penis.
Yeah, I was like, these are all pretty on the nose safe words right there. Yeah.
Anytime
It's
me-
not like
me or
Chaplin
her-
or something, like.
Anytime me and her hear the word penis, we stop everything. We're like, oh my God, what?
I sure would love some peanuts.
That is
Wait, what?
That is horrifying. I understand.
Oh,
I just want to remind you guys that this episode tonight is brought to you by the never lovable Big T, Little Odd. He's going to take us away with some of his acronym BS.
all right.
Are you guys ready? Todd, are you ready?
I don't know, man. I've never been ready for nothing. So, all right, let's go at it anyways. Let's see what we got here.
Here's Big T, Little On with the NBL and the NBW of the week.
All right. Let's do a little NBL, NBW this week, which is natural born losers and natural born winners. Before we get into that, let's do a little history. So let's go back February 16th, 1953. Ted Williams safely crash lands his damaged Panther jet and was later awarded the Air Medal during World War II.
Oh, yeah. That was when he was away from baseball. That was
That's
great.
right. Ted was known for having some of the greatest nicknames, such as Teddy Ballgame, The Kid, The Splendid Splinter, and Thumper. Well, not 19.
Do you know where he crashed?
Well, I mean, he
It
came
was
back.
World
yeah.
War II. Or no, Korea. It was in Korea.
No,
It was in Korea.
Yeah, he
I didn't
interrupted
think it was
his.
a draft in Korea. I thought that was World War II because, well, it's probably
He
afterwards.
served. Yeah,
That's right,
he. The thing about Ted Williams, obviously
World War
Hall of
II was in
Famer,
the 40s, so
great career stats and everything, and that's with like 4 years in the prime of his career.
All right.
He left baseball to go serve in the military.
Yeah, he was
And
actually,
so he gave up like 4 years in his prime, where his numbers could have been God knows
he's,
what.
He's actually a 19-time All-Star,
Yeah.
2-time MVP, 6-time batting champ, and 2-time Triple Crown winner. He still holds the regular season batting average, batting .406 in 1941.
Yeah, last man to hit over 400 in baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is it terrible that all I can think about is frozen head?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you could say all those stats, and all I think about is frozen head.
Yeah, you can tell the story if anybody doesn't know.
I mean, like, it's that, like, I guess the urban, I don't know if it's an urban
It's true.
legend
No,
or is
it-
it actually
it's
true
actually-
that
no,
his,
it's
like,
true.
he
It took place
froze-
in Florida.
It really?
yeah.
Yeah, that was always the rumor that he
course.
had, like, his head frozen to be thawed out. Like, I guess if like technology caught up to
If
where
they
he
found
could,
a cure, yeah.
Yeah. What was his? What did he like? What was,
It was his son. His son.
His son, yeah.
His son
Are y'all
had his
talking
head
about
frozen.
the Mel Gibson movie?
No. This is the absolute truth.
Yeah,
When
Ted
Ted
Williams had
Williams-
his head frozen to be thawed out eventually.
Yeah.
I guess.
Was his son? His son, or
Yeah. Like, was I guess
facilitated the whole thing?
Yeah.
Did Major League Baseball
Yeah,
pay
it
for this
happened.
study or
No,
what?
I hope so. Yeah.
I'm sure
it was-
it's
it
probably
was-
probably a Red Sox like, all right, we're going to save his
Yeah,
brand
yeah.
so we can create better hitters here.
That's early.
But no, it was always
That-
that he,
that's how
I
they
guess
got
if-
Ortiz and
if
everything.
medical science, like had I heard Ortiz thinks it says it's all boring anyway, so he doesn't care anymore.
He did
he's
survive
probably
the
more.
gunshots. He
Yeah,
did survive bullets.
I remember, like, I absolutely hate the Red Sox, but I remember when that happened, and I was just like, oh, not Big Papi, you know, like, you know?
yeah.
But yeah, I guess like his whole thing was that he froze his head, so if like medical technology grew to where he could still be alive. I mean, I don't know. But that's all I think about when I think of Ted Williams. Yeah, you say every stat you ever want, but it's just like that's all I think about
That's
is
a
frozen
forgotten
head.
memory
his head
for me.
frozen.
I
Yeah.
don't know how or
As soon as he said Ted Williams, all I could think about is frozen head.
Yeah.
All right, Donnie Darko. February 18th, 2008, Shawn Michaels announced that Ric Flair was being entered into the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
I mean, to be the man, you have to beat the man.
Retired him. Well,
Limousine riding, Learjet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun.
All right, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You got to do that
And
with a
we
little bit
all-
more pizzazz than
you're
that.
right,
You
you're
can't
right.
just
I was.
limousine riding.
You're
Yeah.
right.
It'll be a limousine riding, jet flying,
Yeah.
kiss stealing, wheeling
All
dealing.
right, all right.
Woo!
Can I have a redo on
Son of
that
a
then?
gun.
Yeah.
Let's run it back. Edit that out later.
All right. Limousine riding,
There you go.
Learjet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun. And we are the best thing going today. Woo! And I'm having a hard time holding these alligator boots down. Woo, woo, woo.
There you go. Put a little bass in it right there.
I'm glad you were here for me.
Yeah.
All right.
It queued you up, Todd.
All right. Well, we got some deaths too.
What else we got, Todd?
Yeah.
Yeah, just bring it down like
I
that.
know. Well,
Thanks for queuing us in.
I mean, it hits close to home here. February 15th, Vincent Jackson passed. 12 seasons in the NFL, drafted by the Chargers, and eventually retired in Tampa.
He was young too.
Yeah, well, 38.
That's young.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
I mean, I passed it, so I feel like
I'm pretty close to that. So yeah, I still feel kind of young, I guess.
All right. He holds Tampa Bay's longest receiving touchdown at 95 yards, and also holds Tampa Bay's most yards receiving in a game with 216. He donated his brain to Boston University CTE so they can do some studies on it. Yeah, he did. Or his family did. I couldn't say he did that, but whatever his family did. I mean, he just had a tough time with some things. So I think that always happens.
And it was alcoholism too, right?
Nah, I don't want to jump on that yet. Let's hear what toxology says first.
Wait till the lab results come back. Yeah.
Did you say wait till we hear what toxicity says first? Because that's a System of a Down album.
Hey,
Dr. Todd,
Can we
what's the
cue
wait
up
for the
prison songs right now?
report?
Yeah.
do what I mean, not what I say.
Dr. Todd, what's the toxicity report?
Todd.
Dude, I'm still working on my
Where
MD.
Serge Rankin comes in and basically tells you you're an
He has
alcoholic.
to read the charts first. Hold on.
Well, I should be a professional at spotting the signs, all right?
It's a big
Until I'm willing to admit that he has a problem with alcohol. I need to see reports. I'm a science guy.
Too close to home there, buddy.
Oh, all right. I'm getting sidetracked here. You guys are killing me. You're killing me. All right, we got an NBL here, too. And that goes to Johnny Damon. From Dr. Phillips High School right here in the area. He was picked up at 8-something Thursday morning.
Friday morning.
Yeah. And when the cop asked him, he's like, hey, you been drinking? Johnny Damon apparently did this time.
Just a little bit.
So he ends
At
up...
eight, what time was it? 8?
8 in the morning.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
just
he
a little bit.
He must have been coming back from a swingers party or something. I don't know what he was doing.
It's 8 in the morning and I'm swerving. I only had one beer.
Well, I can get on board with this. Like I say, I can recognize somebody who has alcoholism. And me and Johnny Damon, I mean, we actually had a beer chugging competition at
I was going
Crooked
to
Can.
say, didn't you guys?
Yeah,
challenge?
He beat me. I spotted him. He had like a half glass. I had a full glass. I just wanted to try him. He got me, but
He got you.
I mean, one of you won a World Series, but, other than
hey, that's what I'm saying. I got to beat you at something. I'll beat you at thumb wrestling.
Todd is the pickleball champion, though.
Oh, okay.
So it's pretty close.
Yeah,
I know how to win.
Yeah, I don't know if Jen, I don't know if you knew.
This Johnny Damon loser over here, I can't believe it, This guy's never really done much.
I don't know if you know, but you're in the company of a pickleball champion.
I guess so. I mean, I gotta take a few steps. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk some shit earlier.
There were over 20 matches in
wanted to let
4
you know.
hours that I had to go through, and I went like 24-1.
Yeah.
All right.
That was the that was
I-
the real radio pickleball tournament. That was the last event we did with Mr. Phillips before he retired.
I didn't even know what pickleball was.
Yeah.
Just showed up there.
Just showed up.
I'm like, oh yeah,
Sight
you wanna play?
unseen.
No socks on. I wasn't even
What a
expecting to play.
pro. What a
Walked
pro.
in off the bench. He's like, hey, you want to play? Pick up. I'm like, I'll give her a go.
You know what? I'll go on record right now. You are better than Johnny Damon.
All right, we got an MBW, and that's Natural Born Women. The She Believes Cup is in town.
Oh yeah,
And number 22 is so hot.
yeah.
Who's it?
Menzie or something. Kirsty
Oh, yeah.
Menzie.
It's Mewis. Christy
I don't
Mewis.
know.
Are you in
I'm
love?
glad that I can't pronounce her name.
Does she pull her socks?
It's probably better for
I
her
don't
that
know.
you can't.
I know. Well, oh, man. When you see legs running down the field like that, I was watching late in the game. She was making some really nice passes, like 40, 50-yard passes, which are tough for dudes that play the game all the time, to be exact. And she was pointing these balls right into attacking offense. I mean, she looked good.
And she looks good.
Well,
Yeah.
Todd, do you need a minute? Because
I know.
we can go to break if we need to.
I'm just saying. There's something
Trent,
about ponytails running around, slapping around out there.
Well, I heard she came to town for Johnny Damon, but then heard about that pickleball champion.
Is that one of his kids? All right. We have another natural born Wentz. Ooh.
Good one.
Yeah, he has left the Eagles because his wings were clipped by Hurts. And he can't say fly, Eagle, fly.
Wentz went.
So how is he going to do at the Colts?
I think
Just
he's
like
going to be good.
Just like he does with the Eagles.
I don't know. I think a fresh start's a good start.
Well, he's
I mean,
back.
I guess so. You look at what's his name? The San Diego quarterback.
Rivers?
Rivers, yeah.
Yeah, when he left San Diego.
He did pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a natural born winner, and that's the Orlando Magic. 2 wins in a row, beating the Knicks and Golden State during this last week.
Yeah.
Looks like they might have a chance. I mean, a lot of teams in their position would just tank it
Yeah, tank it for the draft.
but we have so many draft picks sitting on our bench right now.
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like that's been the strategy for about 10 years now. So,
Hey, the Rays might have prospects, but our bench is loaded with prospects. They can't play.
we've got all the potential.
It's like we're revisiting Grant Hill. But the guys on the court are real battlers. I mean, they're doing good. They got good energy.
They're a nails team.
Yeah.
Yeah, they battle out.
Well,
We're not doing too bad. I forgot about them. Thanks for reminding me. Whenever I watch, they lose. But, I mean, it's good to hear when I turn away and go about my business, they start winning again. So it kind of tells me.
the good background noise. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
The game last night was good, though. I mean, it was.
Yeah?
Yeah, there was
no,
some.
Vooch just went off. He took
Vooch,
control
yeah.
of the game. Fournier had 22 in the first quarter, into the game with 28.
Right.
Yeah.
They just have good talent. And then they have Carter Williams Jr.
Michael Carter Williams.
Yeah. Michael Carter Williams, MCW back.
Yeah.
And he seems to be making a nice difference. But with Fournier's a nice one. But let's keep moving. We got a natural-born wrestler here, Drennon.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about natural born, but
He will
wrestler, yeah, sure. One of those words works.
He will be taking on the female version of Undertaker. Weren't you chokeslammed by Sawyer Wreck?
Yeah. All right. Okay, here we go. Yeah.
He's giving you some
Sawyer,
fire over there.
Sawyer came out. I issued a very lighthearted, fun. You know, like I know, like I come out sometimes. I could be a little bit of a.
Did you fart on her tits?
Oh, what?
Sorry. Was that a line there? I don't know, because I got wrestled for that one time.
What kind of wrestle match?
Well,
I would say usually have
was
to
this
pay
a
for that.
Boy
Yeah.
Scouts or something? What kind of wrestle
No,
match
it was
this going on?
a girl. She did larger flip flops than mine. Let's just put it
Yeah, I
that
was to
way.
say like.
And she was sexy.
You have to pay for that usually, but
So now you've sidetracked him. Go ahead.
Let's get back to the
I,
story. Sorry, Jenna.
you know, I
go
came
back.
out and I was making I was having a little bit of an issue with this other guy, Effie, who you will be able to see on Mayhem on Mills.
Yeah.
He is everybody's favorite daddy. But we were having a little bit of an issue, and I thought he was trying to get one up on me, so I was trying to call his bluff. And I opened an open challenge thinking he would answer it, and he did not. And Sawyer took advantage of that, basically attacked me from behind with no proper warm-up. And, yeah, she beat me in pretty handily in very quick fashion, but that's because I wasn't warmed up. And if you guys have seen my promo, you guys that I was doing for Mayhem on Mills, I have a very specific warm-up process, all right? I have to watch the beginning of Predator twice.
Nice.
You know, when they're all going over.
Yeah.
You know, I am a sexual tyrannosaurus,
How
if
much
you
do
guys
you
know.
practice falling on your back like that, though?
How do I practice falling on my back like that? You fall on your back like that. That's how you
She got you.
practice falling on your back like that. She's a giant woman. I mean, you know what? I even take woman doesn't even have to matter with it. She's just a giant person.
Yeah, that's true.
That
How tall is she?
taller than me. I
Yeah.
mean, she's
a
a good
6'2"
or something like that. You know, like she's. I would say on our entire roster, she's probably. I mean, you got big heavy hitters like Perro. You've got we've had a guy like Leon Scott. Like those guys are about 6'5", 6'6", something like that.
Damn.
She's maybe an inch or two shorter than them, and just as tough. Like you know, like so. Hey, I didn't put down this challenge because I want somebody to go light or I want to prove to myself. I want to prove to her. I mean, yeah, she's very big. She's very tough. She's very strong.
Talented, too.
But you got a crush on this girl or something?
Well, I mean,
you're over here talking about soccer players and stuff
I'm
like that.
sorry,
You know, like
you never know.
I don't know if she's into pickleball or whatever the hell you were talking about. But yeah, I want but she's not as experienced as I am. Like like she's from the same. Like, hey, we were trained by the same people. I've known her. I've seen her coming up, and that's actually I'm a little offended by her because I've seen her for a long time now. I thought I kind of like was looking out for this girl. Like hey, we come from we were both trained by the Dudleys, and I took a little offense to the fact that she would come out when I'm doing an open challenge like that and take advantage of me. And I'm going to teach her tomorrow that hey,
You're battling this girl tomorrow?
Yeah.
What time is this
And
going
a Mill
on?
Street, doors are at 3 p.m. Show starts at 4.
Yeah.
We're going to be out right across from Wally's right there at the, they're calling it the Carlotta, they keep telling me this long-ass name. The Carlotta Culture Center, I believe is what it's called. Yeah, there we go. The Carlotta Culture Center. It's where the Imperial Car Lot used to be. It's right down the street from Will's where we do everything. If you've ever been to Mayhem on Mills, we either did it at the Will's parking lot or we did it at the Orange Studio. All of it's right there on Mills Avenue, 1792. For any of you guys, like we're up here in what is this, Altamont or
This is Lockhart, really.
Lockhart? Yeah. So anybody
we
like
call it Maitland, it's fancier.
Maitland, yeah. So anybody that's up in any of this area, and like, everybody knows 1792. We come up and down. Like, I work in Sanford, like in my regular job and everything
Wally's.
like that.
Where do you work? Where do you work in
Wally's,
Sanford?
Willie's.
I work at a place called Sushi and Soul. I'm
Are you kidding me?
I'm a sushi chef. Yeah.
Dude, I'm there all the time.
Oh, yeah?
Wednesdays, bro.
Oh, well, I never work Wednesdays. That's actually my one day off. I work.
Fun fact, I believe Sushi and Soul, wasn't it started by Al?
Yeah.
Al Ruiz.
Al
Ruiz
Ruiz.
used to be the bass player in Mumsy,
Yeah.
Fritz's band.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Plays in the Shabooms now.
Shabooms now.
Yeah.
Shabooms are amazing.
Yeah, he actually he was with us at Mayhem on Mills. He was he was there from day one. We actually on the first show of just a little background about Mayhem on Mills. Like me and this guy Rich Evans started it, and on our very first day it rained, and all the food trucks, everybody that we had as vendors, everybody bailed. Everybody bailed. Like we're not going to be able to do this. We're not going to be able to do that.
So you're a founder of
So we were doing this, and and Al was the only person that showed up and stayed with us the entire time, and like we basically gave him exclusive rights, and just basically, when I stopped, basically when the whole world stopped last year, and I wasn't wrestling anymore, he was like, hey, and I had a little bit of chef experience. He was like, hey, come up here and help me out, and just
that place
Worked
rocked.
out.
yeah, no, I love it. And
Worked out.
I've learned how to like make sushi and do all this kind of stuff. Not to take anything away from my
Wrestling background.
my wrestling background.
Your true love.
Todd.
Is Mayhem
True
on
love.
Mills an outdoor event?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was all indoor.
No, so it
that's
always
so cool.
it started out as outdoor, and we did find a place called the Orange Studio, which is right up the street from Will's.
Okay.
That we were doing like in the summer months and then like a little bit in the colder months and everything like that. And we did do them indoors here and there, but like our big shows were always out in the parking lot. And right now,
So you guys have like food trucks and
Yeah.
that is. I need to check an event
Yeah,
out.
yeah, absolutely. We would have like vendors, food trucks. Like I said, Al with Sushi and Soul was always there from us
That's
from day
so cool.
one, and they're going to be there actually tomorrow. They're going to have like a little pop up tent. I
shit.
believe they're going to be there,
That sushi's
and
good.
Cholo Dog's going to be there, and I think we have a toy vendor as well.
One Wednesday, we're going to visit you when you're not working.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday, because that's the day that I have to go there for work. But Celery City carries a lot of a very good beer. That I don't talk about too much on the air, but it's an awesome one. You can find it there all the time. And also across the street at Old Jailhouse, where our friend Nick Spry works. But yeah, you guys crush it over there with the sushi.
Yeah,
man.
no, places like
I love that
the
shit.
place.
And then you
like,
can get a beer right next door there.
Yeah,
and
it's
a cigar around the corner.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you get, like,
we got the
it's awesome.
we got the Celery City cigar with Jimmy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you guys.
Yeah.
Jimmy's one of
Yeah,
my favorite
downtown
people in the
Sanford's got a
world.
lot of stuff going on. It's a really fun place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
crazy.
is.
Sanford is such a weird place, man. Like I don't know if it's exactly my favorite place in the world. Like, but it's definitely there are things.
Well,
happening.
we live
I'll
in a
give 'em that
pop
much.
co.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Let's get on to our winner of the NBW this week, NBL.
let's get back to the acronym.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to the acronym
Back
game
to the
here.
script.
Well, Liz, it's funny you should say that because you're going to win the NBW this week.
Ooh,
Winer?
That's right.
Natural Born Winer.
Weiner.
Winner.
Well,
Winner.
why?
Well, because she did a good promotion for us with the interview with Feeder on Tom and Dan.
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Thank you, Todd.
They had Tom
was
and
like,
Tom and Dan will never bet with us. Bunch of pussies.
know.
They're never gonna bet with us. They fear the dildo dart. They're
they
scared
fear
of
it.
all sorts of things. They don't know what's going on.
I think
They're
I
like,
fear
"What?"
I mean, just dildo dart. Like I think I fear the dildo dart. I don't even know what
Oh,
that
you-
is, but geez.
You
just
should. That's
wait.
my that's my finishing move. So be careful.
We'll show
will
you
tap
the
out.
I
dart.
was to say that sounds like a hell of a finish.
We'll show you the dart in the break It's pretty
But
fun.
anyways, it was great just to watch Tom and Dan on there. Just nothing but teeth from Dan or Tom just laughing it up.
Yeah.
It was a good time. And you did really well for us. So for that,
Thank you.
you're the MBW for the week.
All right.
Good job, Liz.
Yeah.
So what else is going on,
Heather
Brando? You want to
whistling.
take us into this?
Yeah, so we are going to head out to break, I believe. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about exactly what Drennen's going to do to Big T Little Odd tonight. We got a bet to pay out. And the bet was on a NASCAR race from last week. And it was a crazy finish. We're going to talk about that later, too. But yeah, we'll be right back. You're listening to Ball Busters.
You're listening to Ball Busters. You're listening to Ball Busters.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Ball Busters. We're going to get into a couple of things right now. We're going to talk to Drennen about some of his finishing moves, some moves we might be seeing later on Todd tonight.
Right.
We're also going to get into some headlines. Let's kick it off first. Drennen, we were watching a video earlier. Tell us about some of the cool finishing moves that you have.
Oh, finishing moves. I mean, like basically, I just use whatever gets the job done. I mean, like over the years, I've used DDT. Like I'm a big fan of
Right on.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
What does
yeah.
DDT mean?
DDT is basically.
Todd loves acronyms.
Well, DDT apparently was a, from what I understand,
wrestling.
but was a
Pesticide
from
Yeah.
back in the day, and basically it just killed basically everything you put it on. And Jake the Snake Roberts innovated the move, as far as I know, and like I don't want to speak out of turn or anything, but like as far as I know, like Jake the Snake Roberts like innovated the move. It's basically you get the person in a front face lock, and then take that and drive them straight on their head. And like
I'm not taking
I like to
DDT tonight.
I like to there's different variations of it. Jake the Snake would just basically do the front face lock and drop you on your head. I like to hook the left arm of the opponent and drop them. Cactus Jack McFoley would do the double arm DDT
Double arm
where he'd
hook.
hook both hands and like do whatever. I'm a big fan of Raven. If you guys are familiar at all, like he would do the same thing. I think he actually has probably the best DDT you've ever seen. But I mean, it's just a basic move. I think most fans are familiar with it. I also use a new move called the knee trembler. Which was popularized, I guess, by William Regal, which is basically a knee to your temple, like a running knee to your temple. So, like, basically the person would be on all
like
fours, and I would either... I would generally take my knee pad down to just have like my actual knee, and that's one of the reasons I have some problems with my
You're
knee.
telling my options here tonight are death.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
I mean,
You're wearing a hat. I mean, it might. I don't know what Apple air conditioning and heating is, but
that's where I work. I mean,
Yeah.
we're pretty much
Well,
the best air
that's
conditioning company in Central
okay, well,
Florida.
that's a good plug
I
for
mean-
them. Like maybe they have good hats as well, and maybe a little bit of protection for you.
Drennen, let me fill you in real quick, and this is also for news later. We don't know what's under that hat. So whatever move you do on him, try and keep his hat on.
Yeah, I was say I don't
What are you
think it's going to be
talking
pretty.
about?
Whatever
I had
it
my
is.
hat off the whole
I mean,
last
basically,
segment.
whatever I do to his head is going to be an improvement. So.
Come on.
Ouch.
But I'd basically get a running start in the corner, and generally they'd be in the middle to the other side of the ring, and get about 3 or 4, 5 maybe running steps, and just basically shove my knee right into the temple of the person.
That's kind of like
And those things worked pretty well for me for quite a few years.
what Masvidal did to your boy, the wrestler.
I'm drawing a blank here.
Masvidal, when he did that flying knee.
To Ben Askren.
Ben Askren.
Askren, yeah. He's fighting one of the Paul brothers.
Yeah, he is. He's fighting Jake Paul.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. So those some finishing moves we might see on Todd later.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to get torn up here like that. Not trying to catch a
Well, you
busted
saw
knee.
earlier his
You
fight.
DDT me on the tile floor? I don't think so.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, like, have you ever seen there's a very famous story of Jake DDTing Ricky Steamboat on the concrete floor on Saturday night's main event about like and if you ever see Ricky Steamboat afterwards, he had about a lump the size of a grapefruit on the side of his head. So
I'm in sales, man.
He's used to rejection. All right, guys. So
Not by your mother.
these two are going at it. We're going to get into some headlines.
Here's Brando with This Week in the Headlines.
All right, sports fans. The mitts are slapping, and the bats are cracking. Pitchers and catchers report.
Oh, yeah.
Orlando gets a Brazilian kickball star. Mm-hmm. Is that what it's called, kickball?
Not kickball.
Oh. NASCAR wreck recap.
See, more reasons I don't like you, Brando.
You've never had any reasons to like me. I keep it that way.
It's a valid point.
Did I mention the NASCAR wreck recap? We're going to talk about that. The She Believes Cup report from Liz.
Yay!
And the madness of March is upon us.
Oh, yeah.
The Ballbusters will have a call in from Jersey's expat living in ice-cold Houston. No Money Mike to tell us about March Madness.
No Money Mike. I like that one. That's a good name.
And Wentz's went. All right, guys, so let's dig into this stuff. The mitts are slapping. The
Did
bats
he
are
get
cracking.
got?
Baseball is back, guys. The pitchers and catchers report. The first spring training game in 2020 will be played February 21st between the Royals and the Rangers at Surprise Stadium in Surprise, Arizona. Are you surprised, Liz?
Is that a real
I know.
city?
Yeah, Surprise, Arizona. It's so where I'm from in Wickenburg, or my family's from in Wickenburg. That is 30 minutes away.
Oh, wow.
literally, yeah.
Wickenburg sounds like
You have
it's
to go
in
through
Germany.
Surprise to get to Phoenix from Wickenburg.
Okay.
So what's in Surprise? Like birthday cakes?
It's a surprise.
Surprise. No, it's like a Target, a Chick-fil-A.
are all the lights off until you go in?
You can only visit at nighttime.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
Isn't
A
that
couple
where
of your like 20 of your closest friends are also shopping. You know,
isn't that where the Flat Earth headquarters is? Surprise, Arizona. Surprise, Earth is flat, bitches.
yeah, right next to the ice wall. Yeah.
Damn brown.
I got it. How far? Wait, how far is Surprise from Truth and Consequences, New Mexico? That's what I want to know.
Oh, yeah.
We should make that
That's where
drive
Cactus
sometime.
Jack is from.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
Speaking of Cactus, the Cactus League is back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Grapefruit League is right around the corner.
Yep.
And I don't know if you heard, Dirt, but pitchers and catchers are reported in Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. And your boy Tyler Glasnow has got a third pitch now.
Yeah.
He's not
I
just
saw that.
a two-pitch chump.
Right. I mean, that he's one of those pitchers though that
Knew
like
it.
the two pitches he had, he was able to basically handle pretty much any offense with the two pitches he had. Now I guess he's throwing in what is it? What is he adding?
Slider.
A slider? Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, he's got a slider now.
That makes sense.
So that's
'cause
good
that
though.
team-
I mean, he's like, what is he? This is third season now.
yeah, but they're
So I know, but you come in working what you're good with.
Yeah.
and then you start adding shit to your game.
well that
that's-
pitching coach, and now I'm running I'm blanking on his name, but their pitching coach, that's one of his specialties. That's why almost every pitcher we've had in Tampa that's been of any merit, once they get there and they've been there for a while, they develop that slider.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's,
Well, Tampa's got a hell of a pitching.
They
They got a hell of a bullpen.
They have the best pitching staff in baseball.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking good. I mean, and Dirt, you might be surprised to hear this, and not like as surprised as you would be in Surprise, Arizona, if you were watching the Cactus League.
Surprise!
Surprise, you're in Arizona.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
I would be surprised I was in Arizona.
I wasn't
pretty much at
expecting
any
to
point
find
in
my
life.
grandpa in his birthday suit here.
What else would be there? Surprise you. I want to go to Arizona and open up a
Cactuses.
donut shop called Sedona's Donuts.
The donuts.
Surprise
There you go.
donuts.
Somebody
They
done
might
that?
actually have that. I don't know.
Probably do.
Oh, we're gonna work on this one all night.
Yeah, there you go.
So the Pirates, you guys, and you might be upset to hear this, Dirt. I'll tell you that news later. But Liz first, to take her by surprise, blindside her with this double axe handle chop. The Pirates' playoff odds are 0.4%.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Surprise.
Not surprised.
Come on,
Not
Pittsburgh.
surprised.
Let's do better than that, Pittsburgh. Let's go.
Here's why I'm not surprised. Every player we have on our team that is part of our franchise right now, our franchise players, they were all traded to us by the Pirates. Tyler Glasnow, Austin Meadows, and one other all came from the Pirates. Like, we traded them Chris Archer. They gave us our best pitcher and arguably our best offensive player
Do you know
for
why that
Archer,
is?
and then Archer became a free agent and re-signed with us.
Do you know why
so
that
we
is?
got them for free.
Do you know why that is? Because only true pirates are Buccaneers.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
There you
You're
go.
coming to the real pirate
Yeah,
land.
That's why you're really digging like a pirate. But Dirt, I don't mean to, and I don't want to trigger
Pirate sail. I mean, when do you know them to dig hole? Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna
buried
say, like,
treasure.
For
buried
buried
treasure.
treasure?
Buried treasure.
I'll give it to you
Gold?
that at least Tampa is a bay. You know?
Yes.
Like, like what do you got?
Yeah.
You got a couple rivers up in Pittsburgh. you
Yeah,
know,
if you're,
like,
if you're a
whatever.
pirate in
Yeah,
Pittsburgh,
there's
you
a
had
lot
to
of
walk a
bridges.
long
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
to
There's
college.
bridges.
Yeah, there's some bridges. I'll give you that much.
Maybe that's
They got
why.
a big. They've got a
It's
really big
kinda
hill.
it.
It's a long ride out.
Hey, I love. I've been to Pittsburgh a couple times.
There's not much there.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? I think I went on good days, so it was like pretty good weather and like not too bad of a place. But yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, if anything, I mean, you're not going to be winning a lot of games next year. Maybe you might win 50 games, but you can have a sandwich. You can hang out at the stadium. It's a good
Andy
place.
Warhol Museum is
okay,
great.
okay.
That's
Get
there.
potatoes
Yeah.
on pizza. Eat a big old sandwich. Eat a
So are
Ben
you-
Roethlisberger.
So are you saying that the Pirates are going to come in dead last in National League?
Yeah,
Are they National League?
National League.
National League East. NL East.
No.
NL Central.
No,
I'm
Central.
talking the
Is
whole,
this a bet?
the whole division.
Is this a bet?
Yeah, is this
All
a
of
bet?
them. You think Pittsburgh Pirates are going to be the worst?
I
team?
would not make that bet.
Are we going?
I
we're
wouldn't
going
say
mid?
worst.
I mean, who else is there to compete?
In the Central. I'll take that.
Not like Central. I want Central.
That actually, now that I think about it, that could be the case because who they have in the Central, you have you already know
Cubs.
number 1 and number 2 is going to be the Cubs and the Cards.
Cardinals, yeah.
Cubs and the Cards, and then third you've got Milwaukee, the Brewers.
Yeah. Yep.
And then who do you have other than that? You have the Reds.
Yeah, the Reds and the
The Reds and the Pirates. And honestly, whoever finishes
well,
last,
the Reds probably are going to give them a run for their money.
they
I'll give
will.
them that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. So yeah,
I mean, and you know what? Not to dive in here, but I'm a pretty diehard Cardinals fan, and it's going to be the Cubs and the Cardinals. I mean, like that's the division. It has been the division for
100 years.
Yeah, like pretty much. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Pittsburgh was good. They had their heyday and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I mean, for the last 10 years, like that's like
Yeah.
And hey, you know what? I'm not. It pains me to say this, but like the Cubs have been the Cubs. You know, like
Yeah.
they've been steamrolling for like the last little bit and
I
everything.
think it's
like that.
last-
I think we've got a good chance, but honestly, I think we're gonna take the Cubs this year. But you know, the Cubs. I mean,
Are the Cardinals in
I think
Kansas?
you guys got him.
What?
What?
No. St. Louis.
Well, Kansas City's in Missouri, so
So
it makes
is St.
sense
Louis.
that-
yeah, well, they
it
have
made
their own
sense that
team
they would have a trade
called
there,
the Royals,
like
which
the
we
Eagles trade
just
or
said are
something.
having their
Newsflash.
their spring break or their spring break,
He's
their
stuck-
spring training game
Y'all
tomorrow.
are so easy.
All of the
Hey, you know what? You can talk shit about wrestling all goddamn day with me, but as soon as you start talking Cardinals, that's when I really get pissed off.
Okay, Dorothy. Okay.
What kind of weapons do you have to take care
Oh
of
yeah,
this?
I got the barbed wire. I got the.
Oh, man.
Do you have any
You're
street
so
signs?
lucky I did not get thumbtacks today. Jesus.
Oh, man.
That sounds like
Ouch.
some S&M stuff.
Are you
Yeah.
going to pin
Yeah.
me on the wall like a poster? What's going on here?
no.
I mean, we already talked about. I mean, I can put you in a
Gosh, he's like,
top wrist lock. I can do a.
yeah, I got it.
I can go back to my original training and pull out all the basic moves that I know. Hell, I'll just put you in a front face lock. That's all that matters. I'll choke you out in 2 seconds.
I like that. Drennen, I want you to be on guard here for a minute.
Oh.
I know you've probably been a bodyguard in your past life, but what we're having right now is called a dirt trigger alert.
Uh-oh.
This is the Rays playoff odds report
Oh yeah, I already saw this.
from sportingnews.com. The Rays have been given Are you ready? Because he might come at me for reporting.
Okay,
It doesn't matter to me.
I'll protect you. I'll protect you.
These numbers are bullshit.
See the way he's
every year.
glaring
No,
at me?
I see him like
Those don't
I
bother
see
me.
him getting
They
ready to
really
be
don't.
triggered.
He's trying to do
But I
Ray
think
Lewis
there's a lot
shit
of
on me right
electrical equipment here that he doesn't want. That seems like
Yeah.
he came
Yeah.
out of his pocket.
Yeah, exactly,
That he
yes.
doesn't want to ruin.
Because if
Yes.
I was to land a body slam on him, I would destroy all of his equipment with his own body.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jesus, I don't think your
I can
back's
talk
that
shit
strong.
now. I got Drennen on my side. I got backup, bro. I'm say whatever.
I mean,
want.
we are. He's closer to you than I am, technically. So, you know, like,
But you can get to him.
yeah, I
fair
mean, he
enough.
might get a shot in or two, but I can pull him off.
I'm
You
fine
know?
with that. Yeah, as long as you body slam him later.
There
I
you
don't care
go.
about the couple shots. I'll
give
take
him
those.
I'll give him a German
We
right
should
on this.
change your name from Brando to Garbage Man. Just over there talking garbage.
I never understand your jokes. Are they funny?
You just laughed.
Yeah, I guess.
No, I'm actually curious too to see the because I gotta be honest with you, like I'm a diehard Cardinals guy, but I did I kind of like fell in love with the Rays last year. Like I like, you know,
They're a fun team.
I will say this. I will say this much: if you know, we live in Orlando, like whatever. If a baseball franchise started up tomorrow in Orlando, I would not abandon the Cardinals. They would be still my number one team, but I would support that team. You know, like so
Right.
you got to like kind of like I was never a huge Marlins fan, but I've been to not Raymond James, Tropicana Field,
Yeah.
and like you know I've seen a couple Rays games. Like I never disliked the Rays particularly or anything. And last year, they, like I said, like they were.
It makes it easy to like
And
them
who
when they're
doesn't
in a
love-
different conference.
who
too.
doesn't
They're in a
love
different
G-Man
division,
Choi?
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, G-Man Choi
Oh,
is-
he's the best.
Yeah, but when they're in a,
Kevin
when they're in a
Killmeyer.
My wife-
I know,
my
but
wife
when
has
you're-
a
when they're in
G-Man
different
jersey.
division.
Snell
When
until
they're in a
they traded
different
him.
division from your team that you like are
Yeah,
passionate
exactly,
about,
yeah.
it makes it easy
Yeah.
to like
Yeah.
jump on
I mean,
board with
if
the
we
local
met in the
team.
World Series, I mean, fuck them. But
Yeah,
like,
but-
you know,
right. I would, yeah, exactly.
but at the same
Do you
time,
think you guys
oh my
have-
god,
You think the Cardinals have World Series possibilities this year?
you know what? It's so funny.
What's your pitching looking at? You still
we
got
we
Miller?
just re-signed Wainwright, and I think
Yeah.
he's healthy right
Yep.
now. So like, I think Mikolas is going to have a great year. He's also been like on the like downturn a little. I think we're going to have a pretty good bullpen. I think we're going to do some like really good
Hudson?
stuff.
what
Hudson
team are
still
we talking about?
Yeah.
Hudson?
The Cardinals. No, but you guys pulled a rabbit out of your hat this year because you signed Nolan Arenado
Oh my god, I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
happy.
from the Rockies.
From the Rockies,
third baseman.
yeah.
That guy is MVP quality.
I didn't think. I remember hearing the rumors, and I was like, okay, you know, whatever. And I didn't think it was going to happen, but I will say this much: I'm so happy because I heard the Braves had interest, and we stole them away. And did you guys see the actual trade?
close with the
Like,
Braves.
what happened with that? Like, if
yeah.
Joy.
if I'm a Rockies fan, how do you have any faith in your listen,
man.
I know
know.
I'm a Cardinals fan. I know we're basically we're the
One of
we're the
oldest
Yankees of the
teams
National
around
League.
them.
And
Right.
we're hated so much and all this kind of stuff, and like it is what it is. Like generally like whatever. But
Are you
hate
from
Nelly.
Missouri?
yeah.
hate
I'm
Nelly.
I was born about 45 minutes southwest of St. Louis. So yeah, I grew up being a
Is that where you met Trina Williams?
No. I met her many years later in Sanford, Florida. Actually,
Did
First time I ever met her.
you give Nelly that Band-Aid he always wore?
Oh, absolutely.
Is he the reason he wore that all the time?
Yeah, I told him we watched Big together one time, and then he came up with that whole rap afterwards. You know, but yeah, no, not to hijack a whole like Cardinals thing, because I actually want to hear like what you're talking about, like with the Rays thing. But like, I follow this Twitter account, and they basically were like, it's just like predict the next season, and it was like, you know, I think it was our I forget what the actual thing was, like 93 and 63 was going to be the record, and it was like Mikolas was going to have the comeback year, Arenado was going to be MVP, and it was like, but like finish out the season, it was like losing 6 to the Dodgers in the NL in the National League playoffs, and I'm like, God,
Well,
and a part of me was like, I hate the Dodgers.
Dodgers are good,
hate,
though.
Yeah, they're an amazing team, but I hate them. Like, and it sucks because like this last year, they they were a fun team to watch too.
Go
And-
Dodgers.
But
Yeah,
I
she's
mean,
a Dodgers.
If you got the money to
I lived
spend
in
it,
LA
why
for
not?
11
Why not
years.
spend
Yeah,
it?
so
Why
there
not
you go.
spend it?
Well, I have so many friends that are transplants to now, like that lived here that are now like Dodgers fans, and who are like,
You can't live in LA and not like the Dodgers.
and that are hard,
it's
like
just-
you know,
you
that
can't.
abandoned their teams to become Dodgers
but
fans.
if the
and I
Dodgers
just,
come
oh,
play
it's
in
just-
Tampa, the Dodgers fans will still they'll fill out
Yeah.
Tropicana
Oh,
Dome
100%.
for
Yeah.
Tampa.
Oh yeah.
That's the cool thing about it. It's like,
Yeah.
well, you can't.
Yeah.
You see why they have all this money to do that, because any city
You have
they
the
go
fan
to, the
base.
Dodgers, their fan base is huge.
Yeah,
They bring up the
Some of
Well, I mean, if we're being honest, Florida fans are garbage. Like, I mean, they just
They are.
Like,
They-
yeah,
no
it's just
loyalty.
like, it
There's not
doesn't
a lot of
matter.
loyalty.
I know you say that, but we have so many things to do, so many sports we can.
No,
we can
and
like,
it's surprising because, like, I mean, like
Lots of other things to
we
do.
Have, we have two,
especially in Miami.
we have one amazing hockey team, and then another one that's like kind of whatever. But like, you know, like
The Panthers have been
they're
kicking
yeah,
it,
exactly.
getting after it lately.
I mean, the Lightning are one of the best.
Aren't they just the Florida Panthers? Like,
yeah,
Yes.
those
Yeah.
Florida Panthers.
there's like, so where are they based
I
out
think
of?
they're like
They're based out of
Fort
Miami.
Lauderdale or something.
Miami.
Fort Lauderdale,
Okay,
but Sunrise, Florida is like where they play. And like when I grew up,
They beat the Lightning the other day, and they put five. Yeah, they've been on a little bit of a tear lately.
Hockey's weird,
but like
though.
no, it doesn't matter. Like I mean, they could be in the Stanley Cup right now, and like you'd have the fair weather people that just show up because something's happening or whatever.
Right? Yeah.
But
I know it's hard.
If
to get
they won
loyal
the
fans.
Stanley Cup and you came down there, I would imagine maybe
I was
you,
down
you,
in-
you get 50,000 people out there to maybe celebrate it with them or whatever. Like
Yeah.
I always remember the same year the Heat
I
won
just
the
feel
like,
like
when they had the whole like LeBron, Dwayne Wade,
Big three.
Chris Bosh,
Yeah.
like that whole like situation. When they won that finals was like right around the time the Blackhawks won that Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
And you had, I think it was 500,000 people showed up for the Heat winning,
Yeah.
and then 2 million showed up in Chicago
For the Blackhawks,
For the
yeah.
Blackhawks, and it's just
but
yeah,
it-
that's a
Chicago
difference,
doesn't
though.
have dancing and girls on the.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Tampa Bay
Beaches,
Rays,
you know.
though, they're building their fan base. Their fan base is hard to get on
Yeah.
down here because, in all reality, everybody down here.
But look at the
I know,
Bucks.
but
I mean,
everybody,
the Bucks just won
I
the-
know, but
you're
everyone,
wearing
hear me
you're
out,
wearing
hear
a
me
Bucks
out,
jersey
hear
right
me
now.
out, hear me out. Hear me out. For the most part in baseball, Atlanta dominates Florida.
Yeah.
As far as the Braves, everybody down here from the beginning of baseball, the Braves was always our team because they were
Yeah,
the
it was our
closest team
closest
to us. For
Yes.
I grew up watching the Braves, Cardinals, and the
long.
Cubs.
Yeah.
And the first baseball games I ever went to were in Atlanta. I don't think I've gone to a baseball game in Florida. I go for Tampa because I'm Florida loyalist, but I understand a lot of my coworkers are like, oh, Braves all the time because that's the
Yeah.
team they grew up. That's the team
Culture.
their dad knows about. That's
No.
and that's why Tampa Bay, and the Marlins struggle to get that fan base going. But I see the Rays building. So
All right, let's hear this story you got here so we can move on to the next thing. What do we got?
All right. Well, speaking of the Dodgers, we got some and Twitter beef. We've got Noah Syndergaard. Sorry, has fired up some Twitter beef with Trevor Bauer.
Really?
Yeah, because remember when Bauer was rumored to be going back to the Mets?
Yeah.
or to go to the Mets.
Yeah.
Well, he was looking to get rejoined with Syndergaard. So Syndergaard started
Noah Syndergaard.
Syndergaard.
Yeah.
Sorry, names are pretty good for me, but not always. He started some beef with him. Just talking smack to him, telling him, like, I'm sorry I chose another team, but I'll donate to your charities.
is he a hitter?
Just back. He's another pitcher.
Both pitchers, yeah.
So they went back and forth on Twitter. Trevor Bauer comes back. When mistakes are made, you try to make them right. I know you wouldn't know anything about making mistakes, though. Hope rehab is treating you well.
Oh, yeah, he was injured.
And then was good to see you back throwing.
What team's this other guy on?
So they just go back and forth.
It seems like a boring text chain.
Yeah, it is. It's yeah.
No, I mean it's
Like
boring.
talk some real shit.
Trevor
Yeah, it's not UFC. Yeah.
Trevor Bauer just signed a big deal. He was the Cy Young Award winner in the National League last year.
Right.
Oh no, American League for it was National League for the Reds, I believe. Reds, yeah, and he
Reds,
just signed another surprise, like the
Dodgers,
entire team payroll,
Like $40
a
million
year
a year.
contract with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Guaranteed 2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
$90 million in 2 years.
I'm just
something
kind of
crazy
glad
like
it's not
that.
the Yankees.
Yeah.
It's Dodgers are West Coast Yankees, dude.
Well, I can
Yeah,
care less. I don't
100%.
see. I know, but
100%.
I don't see the Dodgers unless
They're gonna
really.
s-
So
They're going to spend 10 times the average league salary on their team this year.
Well, I mean, if you can do it, you do it.
Yeah, if
I
you got
mean,
the money,
I don't.
then
All right, guys, let's go
Do
from
it.
hitting the ball to kicking the ball. Orlando gets a new member of the footy football team. The Orlando City has signed 31-year-old forward Alexander Rodriguez da Silva, commonly known as Alexandre Pato.
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 Yeah, from AC Milan.
From AC Milan to a
Well-
one-year deal as a free agent. It was announced today. Pato will join the Lions pending the receipt of his P1 visa, of course, and ITC. The 31-year-old has won 5 trophies so far in his career, including 2006 FIFA Club World Cup and the 2007 Recopa Sudamericana with Internacional, the Italians, and Italian 2011 with AC Milan.
International Milan. Is the other
So,
one.
I don't speak multiple languages for soccer. And a second. All right, guys, let's just get
Well,
into this.
Pato.
Is this guy going to be good for soccer?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Liz, what do you think?
yeah, obviously.
Right on.
I mean, how
Where's
old
he?
is he, Brando?
31.
He played with Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic
shit.
is
Yeah.
really, really. I love Zlatan. He's very good. They played together.
He did.
Yeah.
Well, I have to imagine.
Pata's famous for actually breaking the greatest soccer player in the world's greatest record. And that was, he is the youngest player to ever score in the World Cup, beating Pele.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
When he was 17 years old,
What?
102 days old.
You can play in the World Cup at 17.
That
Oh,
Pele
yeah.
played when he was
yeah.
How young can
pa-
you be?
Dude,
There's
these
no-
international
there's no-
teams, they sign
there's-
players
there's-
for contracts
no,
at like
there's
14,
no
15.
age.
But
There's no age limit.
You know what's funny? I played like
It's
as
clubs. Like you go up.
Well, not
Yeah.
not in international. International, there's no rules on that. If you are good enough to play, just like if you're curling, if you're doing ice Olympic curling,
Okay.
there's no age
Let's
limit
get into
on that.
curling.
You know, I'm just saying, there's no age limit to it. But let's be realistic. I mean,
Yeah.
that you're too young, you can't really compete with them. But 17 at a striker.
Wow.
They're already slick as greased owl shit at that age. I mean, you can't catch a 17-year-old who can run, and that's what he did. He had like 7 goals or something. He had 18 over 40 games for
Damn.
Brazil in their lead up to winning that World Cup. I
Yeah.
mean, he was a big part of them winning the World
it was
Cup.
the 07 World Cup, right?
06.
06. I thought 06 was Italy. Oh, it was the Club World Cup.
No,
Okay.
I think it was 06. It was a World Cup.
Yeah,
06
Yeah.
World Cup was
06.
Italy. But
Yeah.
anyway, go ahead.
I just read that. That's why I know that.
Was it Italy?
I know everything there is to know about soccer. I know, Liz, you went to a soccer, is it called a match or a tournament? What is
It's
it
a
called?
tournament
Kickball
going on. It's a
tournament?
cup.
Cup.
Yeah.
It's called the She Believes Cup.
She Believes Cup. Tell us about it.
I went to game 1. The first game was Brazil versus Argentina. And ironically, 2 girls from Brazil who played and plays, so one of them used to play and one of them still plays, for Orlando Pride scored 2 goals for Brazil, which was Marta and Dabina.
Oh, yeah. Marta's the GOAT.
Oh, yeah.
So what's Marta's last name?
Sil.
Yeah, I know, because I was looking at who
something-
scored, and I'm like, that's not Marta. And
She just
but
goes
I
by
know-
Marta.
I know.
Like, it's just
they list the
Marta.
scorer's last name.
Just like Dabina, she goes just by Dabina.
Yeah.
It's like all these Brazilians just go like one name. It's
Go with
weird.
hot.
And then the second game, USA versus Canada. USA obviously won. Roosevelt scored in the 79th minute. But that game was
Nail
crazy
biter.
because USA had 28 shots and Canada had only 9, and we only beat them
I
by
know, but-
1-0.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. It's
27
like
misses.
That's how it goes, though. I mean, they were struggling. They're
That's
looking
sad.
stuff. They were looking for help, and then they made a change of like 4 players all at the same
yeah,
time.
Alex Morgan. I'm sorry, I love her.
Yeah, that other little
she wasn't
that
that
dark-haired girl that they brought in, Carraz or something. She looked really good. They did really well after that change. They changed their whole spirit. Rapone looked like she was. Yeah, Rapino. She looked like she was in a wheelchair out there.
Yeah, she didn't look good either.
Yeah.
Well, she's like 39 now, right?
She's
I think
37.
she's 37. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so
she's
I know-
getting
yeah.
to the end
Carly
of her
Lloyd's
career,
older,
but-
though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think Carly Lloyd came onto the scene a little later, though.
It's still it's
No,
it's
maybe
bound
not.
to happen. Like that team has been pretty much like untouchable throughout the world for the last decade. It's just a matter of time before there's going to be a changing of guard. New players are coming in, the old players are going out, and then that's why you said they looked
I know,
beatable
but
because
They,
they're
they,
getting a little
they
older.
started Midge Purse, and I think this is her. She's played in like the She Believes Cup, but she never started. She was always
Yeah,
like
it showed the difference between USA and Canada. because USA could have played a game like Canada did. And Canada had, I think, 3 super opportunities where it was just a girl and a female goalkeeper.
Yep.
And the chick had a terrible shot. Kicked it
Yep.
right to the goalkeeper. But if it would have been USA in that situation where they got 6 opportunities, they would have got 2 goals.
They had 28 opportunities.
I know, but they had that. They had that night where they needed. I mean, sometimes you struggle. I mean, a lot of their opportunities.
That
were
whole game was a struggle.
Were rush struggles.
We didn't score until the 79th
That's what I'm getting
minute.
at. If they would have played it better, controlled it down to 6 shots on target, they would have got 2 goals.
Yeah.
All right,
They
guys.
just rushed opportunities the whole night.
So how many more games we got left in the season, Liz?
Well, in
It's
the
a cup.
It's a cup.
Yeah.
it's actually
So it's
like a cup.
It's
It's like a
3
mini
days.
tournament. Mini tournament.
it's a warm up for
It's
the
3
Have you
Olympics.
ever played
days.
Mario Kart?
Yeah.
There's cups, you know, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but this is a warm up for the Olympics.
So it's 3 days each game. Each day is 2 games. So altogether,
And they're
2
playing
games each
again
day.
Sunday and Wednesday.
Yeah. So they play tomorrow against Brazil. So
well, that's gonna be
yeah,
a good
that'll
one,
be
I
a
think.
good game.
I
That's
think
the
that might
game,
be the best one.
I think you 2 are going to go.
Yeah, you
I'll
right?
go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then on Wednesday it is USA and Argentina.
Argentina,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So it's Argentina, Canada, then
Yep.
USA, Brazil tomorrow. Then it'll be
Canada,
Canada,
Brazil.
Brazil, then
Yeah.
USA. And USA looks good. I mean, their younger talent. It looked like when it came in, when they got rid of the aging ladies, and they brought in the
there's no more Ali Krieger.
Yeah, they brought in the younger talent. The younger talent looked good. Lavelle looked amazing. And Menza,
Lavelle's
22
amazing.
too. Looked
And then the
Chris-
Mewes,
Chrissy
the Mewes
Mewes.
sisters.
yeah, she
the
looked
Mewes
good.
sisters.
She looked 22. I'm partial to that one.
She's
but-
actually older than Sam, her sister.
Well, this segue to this next headline is going to be as bad as Todd's lines at the bar. We're getting into NASCAR. That rhymed. We're going for the NASCAR rec recap. All right, guys. So last week we had NASCAR's kickoff, the Daytona 500. McDowell won the race, which was crazy. But if you guys surprise. McDowell comes out of nowhere. So if you guys watched last week, there was the opening of NASCAR, and it looked. I woke up at like 5 a.m. The race was either still on or just hadn't been re-shown.
It finished up around 2:30, somewhere around there.
2:30.
A lot of delays, right?
A lot of
'Cause it was
Rain
like
delay.
that
There was a rain
yeah.
delay for about 4 hours.
Fuckloads of weather delays.
Yeah.
I fell asleep. I fell asleep and like waiting for it to go down. Like I fell asleep.
They went-
I fell asleep. Hamlin was running up front. Logano was
Hamlin
making a
was
move.
Yeah.
winning
There was
forever.
another young guy that was up there. Pierce was up there.
Yeah.
There were some other guys. And then
Most of the race, the top 3 was Hamlin, Wallace, and Harvick. Those 3
Yeah.
ran up at the top almost the whole race. Like they probably logged more
Wallace
laps in
was
the
there,
front.
right.
Yeah, and I was hoping Bubba Wallace would do it because I think that's a good story for NASCAR. Especially now you got Michael Jordan, the first black team owner.
He
you know?
showed that he could run, though. I mean, that's
He's always been good. Now he's got good equipment,
I know,
so
but
that's going to
still,
make a
at
difference.
Daytona to be a single team.
Yeah,
A single car team.
Did you hear about Alvin Kamara,
who's that?
the
Yeah, it's a
football player?
No.
player.
He's paying his friends because he's investing into one of the NASCAR teams or companies.
Bubba.
Yeah.
And he's paying his football friends to go to to more races. So
Oh,
they can,
cool.
get into it.
Yeah, get more international.
Integrate it.
Yeah, international interest. That's awesome. Yeah.
So the race tomorrow, and I was trying to tell you guys this last week, but everybody was like, "Nah, you're stupid." And I was like, "Nah, I told y'all."
You're
Yeah.
still stupid.
Well, yeah, but it's the Daytona road track. The road track is
that the dirt?
tomorrow.
No.
No,
the
no,
Daytona
road course.
road course tomorrow.
It's a road course race within the infield of the speedway. Yeah.
Elliott won it last year. Rhodes won the truck race. Did you guys watch the truck race?
I did watch a little.
Yeah. Oh man, that was fun, dude. So that road track in Daytona, second race of the season. It's awesome. Obviously, Chase Elliott's the favorite, but look for some other guys. Look for Allmendinger.
Allmendinger, yeah.
Truex.
Or Amarola.
Yeah,
Amarola is a favorite. Yeah.
Look for
Schroeder.
Wait, can I ask a question real quick? Because
Yeah.
I have no idea about anything NASCAR. Like I've never followed it. I've been to one race, just happenstance. I was just got invited to something. You said the Daytona 500 is the kickoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's the beginning of the season?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They start with their Super Bowl, yeah.
Well, that's I thought
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
the ending of everything.
Well,
No.
they changed it because
Yeah.
now it's going to be one of the
Crazy.
feature final runouts instead of the
Yeah.
the July runoff.
No. Hold on. Stop. Daytona 500 is always the first race.
I know, but they have a second race there, and
Can
they
I
moved that instead of being in
They've
July.
always run 2 races at NASCAR. Okay, hold on. Shh, let's
They're
let's
doing
ohm
3
out
this
for a minute
year.
here. Yes, they're racing 3 times this year. They used to race in July on July 4th weekend in Daytona, but then last year was the first year where they moved. Actually, 2 years ago, they moved it from being in July to being part of the championship tournament, where everybody goes into the chase for the championship. So they moved it into like August, September area, which is probably good for them. It's not as hot because when you're racing inside of a car like that in July in Florida,
Yeah.
it gets up to like 165 degrees inside the car.
Yeah.
So
Not
crazy.
to mention
that's
the
the reason
rain
why they
delays.
moved. That's why they moved the Phoenix race in Arizona too, because in Arizona, same thing. During the heat of the summer in Arizona, racing inside that car, it gets so hot, guys would be like on the verge of passing out inside the car.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Surprise!
Yeah.
that-
So the road races this week. You know who my favorite is for this one? I think I'm going to go with Chase Elliott again.
Yeah.
Todd, you going to put somebody on this race?
I hear you're not
I'm
good
going
at
to
that.
go with Nemechek.
Oh God.
Okay, that's you're talking about Joe Nemechek's son.
Joe Nemechek Jr.
Yeah.
Joe whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a good racer.
I think it's Ryan Nemechek.
whatever. He is.
Yeah.
I'm going for Kyle Busch.
Hairy or shaved.
I'm going for
Jeff Gordon.
Dale
Put it out
Earnhardt
there right
Jr.
now. Coming out of retirement.
All right.
Does he still race?
Who?
All right, guys.
Earnhardt
Let's,
Jr.
He's retired.
No, he
Yeah.
retired. He comes out races one every once in a
let's
while.
get into this madness, the madness of March, brought to you by our friend, the expat from Jersey, now living in Houston. No Money Mike, tell us a little bit about why you love betting so much, why you're making
Is
so
it
much
true
money.
that you owe Brando money?
Well, I've tried to pay him back in pizza, but I mean, I may owe him a couple of McDonald's value meals.
So, Money Mike, tell us a little bit about what's going on with March Madness. We're kicking it off. That thing called March Madness is coming through. I know you love to follow the sport. As we're leading in, who are your teams? What are you looking for this season? Who's going to take it all?
Okay, well, first of all, Selection Sunday is the day that they pick all the teams. That's going to be on March 14th, and the most current rankings I have, because on Saturdays, this season, I just need to preface this, has been a little obviously awkward because of the scheduling issues and COVID and everything. So the top 10 currently, we have some really, really solid picks, some great teams. The first 4 will play on March 18th, and on the first round, which basically will kick off the entire tournament, will be on March 19th. Do you guys want me to talk about
who do you think is going to be in the Final Four?
Final Four? Okay,
It's a big call, Todd.
honestly,
That's what matters.
the
though.
3 big ones right now, we got Gonzaga at number 1,
Like
Baylor-
always.
Solid pick.
Which is
Baylor at
off.
number 2, and Michigan at 3.
Florida
Now,
State
an
number 4.
interesting statistic I wanted to kind of tell you guys about was 88%, okay, of the top 3 seeds or lower, so 1 to 3 seeds, over the entire history of the March Madness tournament, have won the entire championship.
80% of the top 3, you said?
88%, yes.
Oh, wow.
88%.
Okay.
So one of those 3, like if you were to pick 1, 2, or 3, 88% of those 3 picks in the past, 30, 40 years, however long they've been doing it,
Have won the whole tournament.
won the yeah.
Okay.
So if you're going to put $5 on one of those teams, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Gonzaga is playing tonight, and they have been destroying the spreads. They are amazing.
What's
Baylor,
that guy they have on their team? Gaethje
number
or-
2, amazing as well. But what do you guys want to know? Because I would love to.
Tell me more about your Cinderella picks.
Cinderella picks. West Virginia.
Nice.
Absolutely. Today, West Virginia was ranked 13th. They just beat 12 ranked Texas in Austin by a few points. But if I was to pick a sleeper team, like a dark horse, kind of a lower level team that really is undervalued, I would go with West Virginia.
Okay.
Drake as well, who have almost been undefeated the entire year. They just lost to Valparaiso a week ago or something. They're like 18-1. They're awesome. And BYU.
How's
BYU,
Duke doing?
They suck.
Duke.
They're
Duke
always in it.
Yeah.
And North
A lot of people
Carolina.
have, Liz, a lot of people, it's totally understandable. Duke and UNC are like the Coke and Pepsi of college basketball.
Yeah.
And, but to be honest, this year, their teams are very inconsistent.
Wow.
I mean, they're still competitive, but they're not,
They're not
really
top
not.
seeds.
Well, that's a Duke,
Yeah,
Duke,
they're not top seeds.
Duke struggles with keeping their talent there because a lot of these young
They entered the
freshmen
draft
come
early.
in and they come
Yeah.
in for one season and then they
enter the
leave.
draft, yeah.
And that's been hurting Duke because the standard to be successful in March Madness is to have a group of juniors, maybe a senior on there, and some really strong sophomores.
Well, not to
win.
mention that all the other
And-
teams have gotten better with their recruiting.
Well, I that too, but teams want to go where they can build that know, hey, I'm only a 3-star, but I'm going to go with this whole group of 3 stars all together.
Right.
Build up a squad, and they'll be successful. You see, like a Liberty or a UNC Willington will come out every once in a while. I like watching Princeton just because of their style. They always play this backcourt offense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that for me is the biggest thing to watch for March Madness is the style they're playing coming in.
Yeah.
How do they run in going in there? What kind
How
of
they
offense
match
do they
up
do?
against
They
that
play
other
well
team.
together because you
Yeah.
see some of these players sometimes. Some of these teams, their coaching style will win games.
So, Mike, let me ask you this question. So, in going into this tournament this year, how do you think the tournament's going to look different? Because obviously we missed the whole March Madness tournament last year because of COVID. How do you think the tournament's going to look different this year? Is it going to be? Are there going to be fans in the stands? Like, how are they going to do it?
Well, everything is going to be based out of Indianapolis.
Like a bubble?
Yeah,
It's similar to the way they did the NBA last year.
Okay.
Last season. There's going to be some games played at Lucas Oil where the Colts play.
Okay.
And then where Indiana, the Hoosiers play.
Okay.
Of course. But yeah, it's pretty much a bubble system, and everything's going to be in the Indianapolis area. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. I heard there-
As far as fans go, I honestly, I don't have accurate information on that because every state has different guidelines. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out. But obviously, it's not going to be like a normal year. So
Right.
Maybe a couple
that,
thousand people.
that does have some kind of home court advantage necessarily.
Doesn't matter.
I think
play.
I think that would make it kind of interesting if they were all doing it in the Minneapolis Dome, and all the
Mm-hmm.
teams were there, and those 64 teams were all watching one game. All you have is a bunch of teams and coaches watching the game. It would really build into the whole atmosphere.
Yeah.
Lock all of them in there for the whole tournament.
Yeah, it'd be
It'll
Say,
do a
hey,
lot of
that's a really
strategy.
good point.
These are the spectators. They're going to be your couple parents or whoever, your friends.
Yeah.
Your
and then
family,
all
whatever.
the team would be like kind of like Olympics battle. You
Yeah.
know, like you have a whole. I think that would be
Studying each
fun.
game.
That'd be
Yeah.
fun. A bunch. Those
Yeah.
guys want to
Yeah,
see that. You know, that would be
Be
great.
epic for the fans.
Some of those small teams that get in, like Nigeria and the 100-meter swimming.
Yeah.
But they get to actually sit there and watch the world. To
Yeah,
be
yeah.
part of it. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So who's going
That's
to
a really
be
good
the
point.
number one
Yeah.
draft pick?
From college?
Yes.
That Golden State or that Gonzaga cat, whatever his name is.
Oh, maybe Suggs. Garza from Iowa is a really
that's
strong.
That's who it is. Yeah.
That guy's a beast. He looks like a giant. amongst small people when he's on the court. But in basketball, it's hard to pick. Football is a little more stable, or at least college football. But yeah, I would say maybe somebody from one of those teams.
So no money, Mike. Let me ask this question: if you're so good at gambling, how come you still owe me $300 from my bets? And I got Drennen here with me. He's got my back tonight. He knows where you live in Houston, and he's ready to deliver a flying knee.
I actually got a couple of friends in Houston.
Yeah,
that can
call
come
it
up
a
there and rough
favor.
them up if I need to,
You're my reverse bookie, Mike.
Brando, I think your calculator's broken because it's 200.
Well, I mean, that's
That is classic Brando, though.
that much better.
I added 100 to it.
It's like, Todd, you
He
owe
added
me $20.
interest.
We bet on that.
Well,
I'm
there's
like,
interest,
Did you not
you know.
count any of the losses you took in between there, too?
Oh, shit.
But I would honestly say, as far as the Final Four goes, out of Gonzaga, Baylor, and Michigan,
Florida State.
I would say one of those teams is going to get knocked out. And I really think, to be honest, I really think Baylor and Michigan are going to make it, and Gonzaga is going to get upset. Baylor is actually the most well-rounded team. Their defense and offense is in the top 3 statistically in the entire league.
On both sides.
Yeah, on both sides. Now, obviously, a lot of it comes down to the selections of how things are picked. One thing after the next. But Gonzaga isn't a great team, but they play a lot of weak teams in their conference.
Okay.
When they play teams that are more up to their level, it's not the same. They were actually supposed to have a game back in, I think, December between Gonzaga and Baylor. And they were supposed to play each other, but it got canceled because of the pandemic. Yeah. And, a lot of people had Baylor winning that game. It would have been close, but I would highly recommend picking the over on that.
So you think you think we're going to see that team make a comeback? That matchup. You think that's going to be the finals?
The only way that I could see that happening is in the Final Four, but I really there's always upsets. I mean, statistically speaking, it's not possible for 1, 2, and 3 to be in the Final Four. It never happens. So,
so you got to pick one to go all the way. And a big thing, a couple of fun things is Baylor or Gonzaga would be your choices.
I would say Baylor and Michigan, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Baylor and Michigan.
What do you guys think?
I'm going with Florida State.
Okay.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Florida State.
I'm
I'm
Duke
going with
was
UCF.
gonna be good, but
Florida State's actually pretty good. So
is Duke even in it?
we probably would have won it last year, but we got blackballed by the pandemic.
Duke's not even ranked, Liz.
It's politics,
No, it's true.
What's that? What did you say, Mike? I'm sorry.
Duke isn't actually even ranked right now in the top 25.
Ouch!
Yeah.
But, the same with UNC. If I can just run down the top 10 real quick, it's Gonzaga 1, Baylor 2, Michigan, Ohio State, Illinois 5, Houston 6, Virginia 7, Alabama, which is unbelievable because their team has stunk.
They have more than
years.
football there.
I know, it's amazing.
They play basketball in Alabama?
Well, they were
And
good,
Oklahoma
and they had
and Villanova.
coaching controversy.
So that's the top
which
10.
messed them up.
All right.
Oh
All
wow!
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Florida State's 13th or 16th, something like
So
that.
when is the final? When will they be making the final rankings on this?
He said that. So
The 19th?
Sunday.
Sunday. This coming Sunday?
No, the Sunday selection.
Are
Sunday.
you asking when the bracket? When they'll have the teams?
When will the
picked?
bracket be solidified?
Selection Sunday is at 6 p.m. Eastern, March 14th.
March 14th. Okay.
Yeah, so
All right.
we still got to go through
Yeah.
a conference.
Yeah,
championship
yeah.
tournament.
Right on.
And-
That'll change everything up.
Well, Mike,
And I mean, some games today were really interesting how they played out. The Texas West Virginia game was a really nail biter, and Alabama almost lost to Vanderbilt at home.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So these. I just want to make a quick point. is, a lot like with playoffs, just like in other sports, going in hot is always important, and some teams kind of get lackadaisical at this point in the year or in the season. And, some of them might drop out. And two teams I would definitely stay away from is Texas and Tennessee.
Okay.
Not Shaka Smart. I'll go with Shaka Smart.
Okay.
Texas and Tennessee.
Texas is Shaka Smart.
So who's your Cinderellas? Real quick, Mike. Don't stammer. Let us have it.
West Virginia.
West Virginia's your Cinderella story?
Plus, they're going to wear the slipper. Plus 3,000.
Is Randy Moss on that team?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to you winning my money back.
Came out of retirement.
I want to see that big. I want to see that big check hit my.
He's
Venmo
taking a
account.
couple online courses.
But all right, Mike. So we're gonna take a break.
Thank you for
Okay.
calling in.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Thanks for coming.
Hey,
on
no
the show.
problem. Hey, thank you very much for letting me be a guest on your show. I appreciate it very
man.
much.
Thank you for
All right.
the info.
We'll talk to you soon once the tournament gets kicking up.
Sounds great. I'll be on top of it and hope to hear from you again.
All right, bud.
Right on, bud.
See you.
All right.
We're taking a break. When we come back, we're going to drink some craft beers with Drennen and the rest of the crew. You're listening to Ball Busters.
A burning rain, a song to stay, a shattered window, singing I sing, everything. A burning rain,
You're listening to
a song
Ball
to stay,
Busters.
a shattered window, singing I sing, everything. A burning rain came through my window as it crashed to the ground, making all kinds of sounds. And we are never going to see the spaces in between. Just go back home, back on solid road, then you'll find the goal. And if you take the plunge, I will, 'cause we're the same. Meatball, 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 meatball.
You're listening to Ball Busters.
Meatball, 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 meatball.
Welcome back to Ball Busters. We're coming back to you guys tonight, the night of a big UFC fight between Curtis Blades and Derek the Beast, the Black Beast Lewis. I didn't make that name up. That's actually his real name. We're starting this segment off with some craft beers. We're here with our buddy Drennen, the wrestling maniac at Mills on Mayhem. We love this guy. He's been here all night. He's hanging out with us before the show. He's been telling us about his bunch of cool moves he does. Todd watched a fight with
I'm
him earlier.
surprised you haven't run them off yet, Brando. I mean, most of our guests leave here real quick once they meet you.
I mean, I'm getting beers and
Pretzels.
pretzels. I saw some summer sausage over there. I'm not going anywhere.
It's like, I think I just saw a dog walk by Stoned a second ago. I was like,
Dog's having the time of his life.
Right on, man. Well, hey, so in honor of our Danny Feedback, who is not here tonight to host the show, I made a couple of hot sauces tonight, and I want to tell you guys about them. But first, I want to talk directly to Danny Feedback. Everybody turn your mics off. Everybody, listeners, all our listeners, turn off your radio stations. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking directly to Danny Feedback, who's on hiatus. I'm not sure what anus he ate, but he's missing in action. And I'm talking direct. Danny, I've got a couple of hot sauces tonight for these ball busters, Liz Taylor and Todd, mostly Odd Todd. And this is in honor of Danny's absence tonight. Tonight I've brought, and the first one is an Italian garlic hot sauce called Danny Benedicta Browns.
you should have you should make it Benedict by the Browns.
Benedict by the Browns. I should have talked to you first.
Yeah,
before I
Danny
killed it.
Benedict by the Browns. I like that.
This is a hot honey sauce. I'm going to go ahead and say, Dirt, you don't want any part of this. And the next one for the night, and this is, again, in honor of our host who's on hiatus, Danny Feedback. Danny, tonight I've got peanut butter and Jay Pooper. And we're serving this up tonight. We're serving this up tonight with Liz's Hot Christmas Summer sausage.
And
And
Whoa, I
the
Liz has a
the
summer
professional.
sausage.
yeah, she's got a summer sausage.
You're about to
out.
taste it soon, Todd.
It's
You're going to
year-round.
taste it soon.
I'm not down for that. That's good.
And I finally got the order for Poirier's hot sauce.
Dustin
Yeah.
Poirier.
Poirier's, yeah.
It looks like it's half
So-
empty.
Yeah, I've been putting it on everything.
Oh,
It's really
babe.
good.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese, everything.
Mac and cheese.
Uh-oh.
On a pizza the other day, a frozen
yeah.
chickpea pie crust pizza. So we also have Finback, and we have a collaboration brew from Finback and Untitled Art. This is an oat cream IPA. It looks
Oat
pretty
cream,
awesome.
huh?
Oat cream, yeah. So I don't know how you get. You think you can milk anything with a nipple?
7%. It's a 7%er.
It's 7%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So let's crack into
Damn.
this bad boy.
Okay.
Is that like Amish beer? Oats? No? Quakers. No takers.
Todd, you're a Quaker, dude.
Well,
I never thought about it before, but you are pretty
speak
much a
for
Quaker.
yourself.
How many? Is this how many people we have?
I don't know. I don't think your math is good.
Dirt brought the glasses out. Okay, cool, because we got an extra glass. All right, so that's for Danny. All right, we're drinking this for our host who's on hiatus, Danny Feedback, and this is
Give one to.
what are we pointing at?
Who wants this drink here?
Oh, give Dirt his beard, Liz.
I thought you already had it.
Selfish woman. You.
So that explains the extra. So Danny, we don't have any beer for you. Fuck you, Danny. You're not here anyway.
Danny's up in Asheville right now
Can we
filming
pour
the new
one out
feedback
for
movie.
him?
He's filming a new what?
Pour one out for the homie.
Pour one out for the homie.
All right.
There you go.
He's filming the new Danny feedback film
Here's the feeder.
Here's Peter. Oh, that's cool. What? He's up there with Evan?
with Evan. Yeah.
Oh, right
Yeah.
on. Cheers. So what do you guys think of this IPA?
Man, it smells hoppy, but the flavor is not hoppy at all.
Yeah,
It's
the
oat cream.
cream.
Yeah.
Very,
Kind of settles the hoppiness.
As soon as I smelled it, I was prepared for like that bitter hoppy taste, and I didn't get that. Like, wow, that's weird.
It reminds me of one of my favorite soups,
What's that?
and that's a wonton soup.
Wonton.
Not wonton. What is the egg?
Wonton.
The egg soup.
Egg drop.
Egg drop.
Egg drop.
Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
sorry. It kind of reminds me of that. Like it's thick, you can taste it all the way through, and it's actually really good too.
Well, but this is not salty at all.
It is a bit of
Or hot.
It is a bit of a. Speaking of hot, let's dig into our first hot sauce tonight.
Yes.
This
So
is
we're doing
Danny been dicked by the Browns.
this one.
Yeah. And this is going to be on the heat level, on a higher heat level. Anybody that would like to dig in.
But it
Ooh,
is
that
you're-
like burns. If I do have nose hairs, I think
want
that burned
some.
all my nose hairs.
So guys, I made an extra special one tonight. I mean, I want you guys to be saying, "I want my Danny back." You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because you're not getting the love Danny gives you. This is pure heat right up your nose.
This is pure experiment.
Yeah. I haven't tried it yet, but I know it's going to
wow.
flame you up. Yeah, it's made.
Oh, Drennen, you're gonna go for it?
I'm gonna try it out.
All right,
man,
Jen,
This
it's
might
going in.
expose how, like, I mean, I'm trying to be big, tough guy wrestler, and then this might completely expose me as a complete fucking wuss.
Right on.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's
Right on.
it like has it has the red peppers hit you hard real quick,
But
and
it's
then it
also
has
sweet.
then it has a the spiciness hits you right out the gate, but then the sweetness really takes it away.
Good. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
So Danny, I'm dipping.
Feedback might be getting
May I have
replaced.
another?
Not too crazy, you know. Like there's some spice there, but it's not killing me.
Yeah.
And then the cream and this IPA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is actually a nice match for it.
it is. Yeah.
For that heat.
I think the pretzel kind of tames it down though.
Oh, I like that sweetness.
Yeah, now that's
Yeah.
made with a spicy syrup.
Yeah, what goes into that?
It's a spicy syrup, a devil's lettuce honey, a little bit of garlic, and some Asian spices.
Is there anything THC in there or anything?
Well,
Yeah, when can I expect the hallucinogens to kick in right there?
well,
I feel like you might mix some mushrooms up in here.
if you see a cricket out on the porch, take a good hard look at him. If he's saying things to you, then
He's giving me some advice.
then I got you guys.
Listen to the cricket.
Advice.
He's gonna be like, "Hey, don't
What's that
don't
famous?
wrestle tomorrow.
What's that famous? What's that famous
Don't wrestle
cricket
that
from
girl.
Disney?
You're gonna be in
from
bed for a
Disney?
week."
Jiminy Cricket
Jiminy Cricket
from
Yeah, like,
Pinocchio.
I just met Jiminy.
Oh man.
Who are you wrestling tomorrow?
Oh, you have a couple.
I'm wrestling Sawyer Wreck tomorrow in a Mills Street fight.
Shit.
And it's actually my first, well, not my first match back, but it's my first proper match in probably a year, honestly. And I've been training pretty hard for it. So it's like, I do some things for like obviously I'm here to promote Mayhem on Mills, but I'll throw a little shout out to another company that I work for called No Peace Underground, which is
cool.
These guys they work out at like Sound Bar and downtown. They do basically no ring death matches, and
we watched one before coming on air.
Yeah. You saw me.
Were you fighting a ginger hillbilly?
That's right.
G-Raver.
You think I'm wait.
Is he fighting you?
G-Raver.
No.
You think I'm bad news? Let's get G-Raver down here. This guy's literally a tattoo artist who takes his needles. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen the skewer, what we call the skewer spot, but it's basically, like
those big piercing
big,
rods?
big wooden skewers.
Oh, yeah.
Grabbers.
So, a thing that's become popular, especially in the deathmatch community. A guy, Masada, kind of innovated it years ago. And it's basically you take skewers, put them on top of your head, poke them down on top, and they just stick out and everything. Well, G-Raver, being the crazy guy that he is, took it to another level, and he's a tattooer, and he uses his tattoo needles. So they're, instead of the wooden skewers, they're just basically steel skewers that he puts in your head. And Todd, I didn't bring them here tonight, but if you want to talk a little bit more shit about G-Raver, I'm sure we can get down. He comes down here pretty regularly.
I feel like
I could
he's
get
a
him.
Hellraiser. So
I don't think
careful where I
I don't think he
sleep tonight.
particularly liked being called a hillbilly, but I'm sure he can come up here and show you exactly what those skewers do to your head.
Man.
I'm not one to pass down a good time.
I somehow I escaped that, but I have some wrestling friends. A buddy of mine, Ryan Fox, who's actually going to be doing commentary on Mayhem on Mills tomorrow. He's actually taking the skewers. I know that he's already bald, so he'd had nowhere to run from any of this. So still has scars on his head from that. So yeah, G-Raver, not to be messed with. We had a good time.
I'm not gonna lie, that hot.
But I was just saying, like, the no peace thing. Like, those guys, I do commentary for them. I've wrestled for them like quite a few times, but now I'm like basically their main commentary guy. Do it with another guy named Joey Janela. If you guys are familiar with him, he wrestles for AEW. He's a pretty big name on the independents.
Is he one of the Young Bucks?
No,
because Young Bucks were involved at one point. They came in, they hung out there
they've been down. They actually, I think they did a signing or something like that. But no, Joey's he's the bad boy Joey Janela. He's actually like he's a big name on the independent scene. He wrestles for AEW and he's
Jericho.
There's a lot of good things.
I know
he actually
knows
just
who
wrestled.
Jericho is.
Chris Jericho?
Yeah, Chris Jericho. The
Well, if
company
you guys
he's talking
know-
about, Jericho wrestles for them. The guy he's talking about is with that company.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And actually, Joey just wrestled Kenny Omega, who's their champion. He just wrestled them on Wednesday night on their, which is on. I mean, I don't need to plug AEW,
right.
but he just wrestled them.
You got any questions?
Yeah, so I have a whole bunch of questions.
Okay, what do you got?
Do I have a limit?
No,
Can I
good.
just
Just run through
Let's
it.
ask a
All right,
couple.
cool.
Let's see what you got there.
I'll try to get through them all. I hope I don't ramble too much.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna destroy. You're gonna have a bad question answer here.
Okay, so
All right, I got something for you.
before-
All right.
When you decided to wrestle, like who inspired you? Who was your? Was it like your childhood? Was it your teenage years?
With me, it's kind of a funny story. Like I grew up like loving wrestling, and
You don't have any peanut allergies, do you, Drennen?
no.
Have you guys ever heard of
Next
a wrestler
beer.
with a peanut allergy?
I don't know.
I think they just called you Mr. Planner.
There you go.
He called you Mr.
No, I got everything. Sorry. Anyways, I'm literally like
I got just beer
I'm
coming
trying
over.
to get the beer over there and everything. No, but to answer your question, just loved wrestling since a kid. Like, I guess of anything, I grew up same way a lot of people my generation grew up. The first time I ever saw Hulk Hogan come down, like with Real American and all that kind of stuff, and like I loved that. Like got into like Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, all that kind of stuff. Not for, still love. Yeah.
Randy Savage.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what introduced me to it. And then I think in like kind of the mid '90s when that became passe, and like they started introducing people like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels and people like that. Then I started kind of like really enjoying the wrestling aspect of it, not just the entertainment aspect of it. And
Yeah, oh,
you know,
yeah.
I was one of those kids that just never grew out of it. Like you know, you talk to everybody and they're just like, oh yeah, like I watched that when I was a kid, and then like you know, I haven't watched since like the Attitude Era or whatever. But
My brother Fritz has been a mark for Bret Hart since about '92. And when we were kids, I didn't see it. I loved the Flair, Hogan, Harley Race, Jerry Lawler. All those guys were my guys, and he was a giant Bret Hart, fan. And for his birthday a couple years ago, actually, my wife and I and his Fort Fritz, all the guys at Real Radio, we paid to get Bret Hart to do a cameo for him for his birthday. But it's funny because looking back at it now, Bret Hart was that good. He was so good. He put people over. I think Stone Cold Steve Austin credits Bret Hart for the Stone Cold gimmick because Bret put him over.
there would not. I mean, like I'm not saying like Stone Cold wouldn't have become Stone Cold, but I'm just saying like if it wasn't for Bret Hart and Stone Cold's feud, I don't think you get to Stone Cold and McMahon. You know, like it really had to be that. And like to this day, my favorite match probably of all time
WrestleMania
is WrestleMania 13.
13, yeah.
Stone Cold and Bret Hart. What like from storytelling, like because I like don't get me wrong, I can watch a great technical match, I can watch a great entertaining match and whatever, but that match had everything. Like you had some actual wrestling, but you had brawling, you had all this, and just the one thing I always say about like. The Bret Hart and Stone Cold feud. Like at that point when I was, I would have been in my early teens or something like that, maybe like 12, 11, something like that. And I knew the up and up a little bit, and I kind of knew, but like I thought Bret Hart and Stone Cold Steve Austin hated each other. Like,
of course.
Whatever reason it was, like, you could be like, oh, this isn't, man, oh, that other stuff's like kind of whatever. But I'm like, these guys really, really
they
hate
sold
each other. And it's still like to this day, like that's one of my favorite things of all time. But just to get back on the whole thing,
we've got some more questions for you tonight, Drennen. But I want to ask you, what do you think about this peanut butter beer tonight?
This is really good.
I like it a lot.
Like I'm not particularly like a beer guy, but I always say this when I have a good beer, I always say the same thing. I'm like I would drink this on a Christmas Eve,
My nose is running
in front
from
of a
that
fire
last hot
and
sauce.
just like having a good time,
This is the same sauce. We're still consuming the Danny
This is
Benedict. What is it? Benedict by the
Benedict
Browns?
the Browns?
Danny Benedict by the Browns.
You like saying that, Don. And what do you guys think about the heat on that one?
This is like a Reese's beer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The beer.
Yeah, there you go.
It is. It's a chocolate peanut butter porter. Ooh. It's by Lupulin Brewing Company. These guys are the same brewery I brought you guys last week out of Minnesota that brought us that 8 count from...
that sweet beer.
Can I change
Caleb Truex, the boxer.
Can I change the name of that hot sauce to Danny Benedict by the Browns without lube?
Yeah.
with sandpaper.
Yeah.
He's not here, so sure.
I mean, I don't. He didn't get in touch with me, so I have no like reason to like fuck you up on his account. So like, whatever.
But hey, do you guys want your Danny back yet? Because I made this sauce. Yeah. I wanted to make this sauce so hot you're begging for your Danny back.
Oh man,
like your granny.
I don't have no Danny.
Liz, do you have some more questions for Drennen?
Oh yes.
Cool.
I got a lot.
What was yours?
Is there anybody that you hate wrestling, like going against? And it might be a personal question, but
no, I mean, like, is there anybody like I hate like wrestling? No, nobody like off the top of my head that I'm like, oh my god, like. But I will say, in my travels, I don't wrestle nearly as much as I used to. But when I was on the road, like actually wrestling, like pretty much full time, it wasn't really like a particularly person or something. But like, you definitely get to like a point where like. You know who's good and you know who's not. And you get in and you start to like, I have the basic same question I ask everybody before every match. What kind of story do we want? What kind of story do we want to tell? And if you get it like immediately, like either somebody's like, oh, well, like, let's do this. And you can go and just take off from there. Or they look at you like, well, I want to hit you with like my, crazy move or whatever, and I'm just like, and when I hear that, it's just an immediate sigh and being like, oh, God,
can he even slam me?
And and you have no idea like what you're gonna get, and like I've definitely been in the ring with people that like were not particularly the most easygoing or skilled or cooperative or whatever, and you have to You have to improvise. So
Take them, man.
Yeah.
If I can add to that, so Liz, going on what you just said, and taking what he said and sort of put it into like everyday man speak. So for years in wrestling, there's been guys that are like experts at putting people over, right? So, for example, let's say it's your first match, and the company comes to me and says, Dirt, we think Liz is going to be a big star here. She's really green. This is her first match. We need you to put her over. That means that what they're saying is they need me to go out there and make you look like the greatest thing since fucking sliced bread.
Yeah.
They want me to sell you.
You got to sell it.
And so when he's talking
Gotta sell
about,
it.
you get these wrestlers who are, as Bret Hart would say, wrestling an ironing board.
Yeah.
You know, it's a guy who has no skill, brand new to the game, and I got to go out there and somehow make the audience think that this guy is on my level. And that's what the best Ric Flair is. He jobbed. I mean, when you say jobbing is going out and losing to somebody for the benefit of the company. If the company says, this guy's going to be our next thing, Rick, go out there, lose to this guy, make him look great.
I thought that was Triple H.
A lot of Triple
H is part of that too.
Yeah,
man.
part of that too.
You know?
But that's what he's saying. Is like when you have to go out there and wrestle somebody that doesn't have the talent level you have, and so you're trying to pull moves, but they can't meet you there. So you have to somehow take this Jolly Green Giant and make them look amazing. That's what he's talking about, is going out there and wrestling guys with a lower talent level.
Right. And then going on that, like, you know, Ric Flair, I think, perfected it.
Yeah.
Or, well, I think Ric Flair, definitely perfected it. But I think Shawn Michaels took that to another level. If you watch Shawn Michaels, you can go watch, like, an old, like, you know, if you watch, like, old, like, the Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah. That's what it was.
He's
But if
the
you
one
go,
who made Pink cool.
you can watch
that was
Shawn
Hart.
Michaels. That was Bret Hart. But you can watch Shawn Michaels have a match with, like, what we call enhancement talent, which is like, but jobbers, guys that are basically there to lose. Like, you know, and you could watch Shawn Michaels go out there and he won't even throw an offensive move or do anything, but you're just fixated on him. Like, and this is like him, like, you know, in his early, in his 20s, like maybe like late 20s or something. Go out there and bounce around the ring for somebody that should not be bouncing Shawn Michaels around the ring. But Shawn Michaels was smart enough to know, like, oh, they're going to remember me for doing this kind of stuff. And, like, don't get me wrong, Shawn Michaels can have a great match and do as many offensive maneuvers as possible. Yeah. And he's incredibly talented. But what we call selling, you know, like he can just go out there and sell it. And
it's awesome.
And that's why I watched, like, that's why I was translating. Like, when I said, like, you know, I was more in, like, the Bret Harts and, like, Shawn Michaels. That's what made me want to watch this stuff and what made me want to do this. Watching a guy like that just, like, go around and, like, I'm like, there's an art here. There's something going on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand exactly what's going on, but there's something going on here.
Going on what you're saying, I want to say that when we're done tonight, I want to show Liz, and I think I want to show Liz the match of Shawn Michaels on Ric Flair's retirement night. So the idea was...
You showed me that.
I did show you too. Yeah.
Were you there?
Where he cried?
No, I didn't get to. I didn't get to be there.
I was there.
But
Didn't he cry?
Yeah, they
'Cause
picked
he
that
didn't
match.
want to?
Yeah, they picked that match purposely because Shawn sold Ric Flair so hard to that crowd. Man, it was awesome.
100%.
Danny
you
Dick
actually, like,
by Cleveland or by the Browns is killing my tongue right now.
Okay, so we're moving.
I'll tell you right now, real quick, just as an aside, there's a moment in that match, like, that was about 2 or 3 months before I started training to be a wrestler. I went to that WrestleMania, and in that crowd, and I will never, like, not even, I won't, like, you know, Ric Flair leaving and people crying and, like, all this stuff is, like, a huge deal. But the thing that sticks out to me, and I will remember, I'm getting goosebumps even just talking about it, was there was a moment in that match where Shawn Michaels goes for the super kick. And Flair's, like, up selling, and he looks like he's, like, done and whatever. And Shawn goes for the super kick, and he hesitates for a second. And, like, he's just like, and he looks at, like, Flair like, oh, I can't do this to you. And Flair double legs him and puts the figure 4 on it. And I'll tell you right now, I've been around a lot of things, and not even just, like, things that I've been like, I've been in a lot of crowds and, like, watched a lot of wrestling and all this stuff. I don't think there's been a bigger pop that I've ever heard, like, than that moment, because everybody was just like, for that second, you've never seen 70,000 people come together and be like, holy shit, Ric Flair can win this. Like, he's still in this thing. And, like, as much as, like, a fan being like, oh, I know everything, I know how this is done, like, blah, 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 or, like, whatever. In that moment, I was a 5-year-old kid being like, oh, my God, Ric Flair's going to beat Shawn Michaels right now. This is amazing.
Goes back to storytelling.
Yeah, storytelling right there.
All right, guys, before we get into Liz's next question, let's launch this peanut butter and J pooper. This is the next.
I don't like the phrasing on that.
Pretzels?
This is the next dedicated tonight. We've dedicated 2 hot sauces to Danny, our host, and then we're going to get into Liz's next question for Drennen. Thank you, by the way, Drennen, for being here. And,
Oh, absolutely. I'm having a great time.
listen, man, my cousin is a huge wrestling fan. So if there was ever an episode I was going to be able to send over to him, no, for real, where he's going to be, he's a baseball, everything, but when we were kids, man, he was the wrestling fan. He had the ring in his room. He had all the shit, you know what I mean? Like all the toys.
Yeah.
Like, he was into it. And of course, little Dirt's brother, Adam and Alex.
Alex, yeah.
Both huge wrestling fans.
Oh,
But-
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we're breaking out Peanut Butter and Jay Pooper. What did you guys think about the heat on that first sauce? I'm sorry to take you guys to the next level.
There's a lot of heat on it. My lips are burning.
I'm not a big heat guy, but like,
Dig into
I didn't
some
think
more.
it was too bad. I mean, like, it got
No,
the initial thing,
you
but
need to eat
You
more.
need some more.
You only had like one
yeah,
piece.
I did only
You
have
didn't-
one
you didn't
little
dip
dab.
your
of
whole
it.
sausage in
no,
it.
I didn't even have a sausage. Yeah.
Well, but hold on, we're going to the next one anyway, so just leave that. Yeah, let him go to the next
Let's go
one.
to the next one.
Yeah.
And then while you're digging that one, we'll
Let me
ask you
try
the
this.
next question.
Let me try this.
Okay, next question.
Not that we're trying to be like other popular shows.
What's the worst injury you ever had during a wrestling match?
That's
Like
a good one.
unexpected.
Great question.
Or...
Where is that sauce?
No, I have to be honest with you. Sorry, I don't mean to chew on the mic, but I've been very, very lucky. I have not had a lot of injuries. Like I would kind of like trump that up to me having a very what we call doughy body.
So you roll with the punches.
In fact, like a buddy of mine, a guy, one of the guys that helped train me. Oh man, that's got some spice on it. Oh, that's hit me in the back.
You're going to have to pull out the next beer here so we can wash this down, Brando.
I'd say
this one here.
I've been very, very, very lucky. I have not had any major injuries. I said like my doughy body, and I would say that like a buddy of mine, one of the guys that actually was influential training me, like I was talking about AEW earlier, he goes by Serpentico now, and he was the guy that like he also wrestles for that company, and he used to give me the nickname CM Pudge. If you guys are familiar with CM Punk at all, like he was like, but I had to
beat up in UFC. I seen it.
yeah, but he like we had like long haired punk looking kids like whatever. So like he gave me that nickname CM Pudge. So I always had like that kind of like doughy body. So it was like I've taken some pretty crazy bumps over the years and
So
stuff.
you're
like
good at falling.
Yeah. Oh, shut up.
No, I'm just saying.
Honestly, I would say the worst of the worst. I mean, I hate to disappoint you guys because there's really nothing that huge. Oh, like I tore my ACL or like I tore a hamstring or like had this crazy like I've had some bad concussion. Actually, that dude Serpento kicked me in the face one time and I was out for like out for like a minute or two. And but like I mean, really just more getting hit by like barbed wire and stuff like that. I remember like me and this dude Teddy Stigma who runs Mayhem with me. We at a time we were feuding very, very, very bad together, and we had a match one time, and he slammed me off of basically about a 8-foot tall like platform. A 8-foot tall like platform straight onto concrete, and I thought I broke my ankle. Like it's so funny because like people are like, "Oh man, you really sold that great." Because I got up and I had a chair in the because it was in the crowd, and I had a chair and I was like using it as like an old man uses.
I saw
a
that
walker.
ginger hillbilly kick you in the back. And I was like,
Oh man,
Ginger hillbilly.
that's a great.
He doesn't even have hair.
He just looks like if he did, it would have been red.
I was like,
Auburn at worst, right?
Oh no, he's hit me quite a few times and like hurt pretty bad. But
that's the last guy I would want to fight.
But
I'm
I'm
looking at you going, I don't want to fight you either.
oh no, you don't want to fight him.
But you fought that guy, and I'm going, shit.
I'm going to recommend
I
he
have more
throws a
questions.
beer
I
bottle
have more
across
questions.
your face.
All right, what you got, Liz?
You wish you could.
So, so what's your typical day when you have a match?
Typical day. Well, I mean, If it's local, then I get to at least sleep in and or not sleep in, but get up at a reasonable time, like 10 or 11. But and then drive to the thing, and then my pre-match thing. I know I joke about whatever, but my pre-match is just basically stretching and kind of you have to get to a certain level, so I kind of listen to some music and kind of do some.
Another question, what's your playlist? Pre-match.
Oh, okay, my pre-match playlist.
Yes.
You know what's weird? It changes.
This is
a
not
lot.
Taylor Swift, is it?
Well, I will say this much: it wasn't Taylor Swift, but there was a version of one of my favorite bands is this band called Screaming Females, and they do a cover of Shake It Off that I had actually on my play. But it's not just because it's that. But I do actually love their fucking version of it. But they have there's a guitar solo in it that just is amazing. But my number one song that I always listen to right before a match that I've listened to probably for the last 5 or 6 years is this song called Black Hell by Danzig.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I love Danzig's first album, and I love the Misfits, obviously, all that stuff. But this is a later song. Yeah, actually, the only other place in pop culture that I could say is it's at the beginning of one of the Hangover films.
Yeah,
and I don't know,
This music is just energy anyway.
It's just, but it's not like a fast song. It's not it's nothing like what you would listen to off of
grinding angst.
Yeah, it's just a very slow prodding song, and his it's just him kind of saying, hey, this thing's coming, and then whatever. And I would listen to that a lot, and that's one of them. And then just, it depends. The rest, sometimes it's very angsty, rock, punk shit. And then there's sometimes when I'm in a mood, I've listened to Prince before a match. I love Prince. He's one of my favorite
Who
artists.
doesn't love Prince?
And I've listened to I listen to Controversy or something
Speaking of Prince, guys, I've got a. So, what did you guys think of that seventh inning stretch beer? So just want to let you guys know.
Yeah.
The seventh inning stretch was brought to you tonight by Captain Lawrence Brewing Company. Mm-hmm. And this is the classic lager.
Okay.
Everybody take a sip.
Yep.
It's going to rinse away all your worries.
Yeah, it's light.
Yeah, I would say it's
There's
very
no
just
unoffensive
aftertaste is what I would call it. It's kind of there.
It's a classic lager.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the intermezzo beer. So this is the seventh inning stretch. The peanut
channeling your inner Vince Scully right now.
Yeah.
Hey, the seventh inning stretch right now.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, Vin.
So the peanut butter and J Pooper was obviously to pair up with Lupulin Brewing's Company peanut butter porter.
Yeah.
And that was a
And
nice
that,
7.5%.
That sauce that you made, the PB and
Peanut butter and
Is
J
that
Pooper.
Jiffy
That
Lube?
one.
Is
I
that
like
Jiffy that you used in there?
You know, Todd?
I like it better than Danny's PB and J.
Oh, don't say
Is
that.
that Peter
I do.
Pan?
Don't say that.
I do.
Do you guys want your Danny back or?
I like it better than the PB and J Cutler. Do you
Oh
not?
shit, Danny.
I like that hot one. I mean, I think Danny's...
The hot one's good, but this one's better than the PB and J Cutler that Danny
That's the
makes.
PB and
I
J
don't
Pooper.
think so, because there's
I was just saying
spices.
PB and J
That was
Cutler.
Yeah.
That's
what
one
it's
of
called.
Danny feedback sauces. That's
So speaking of Prince, we're going to break into this next beer, and this is going to finalize our beer portion of the night tonight. This one just came in. It's called Tripping Hazard.
Tripping Hazard.
It's a smoothie-style sour ale with peach, apricot, passion fruit,
like that.
and milk sugar.
Okay.
It's 4.5%.
Is there shrooms in it? Am I going to trip?
So hot.
No, but it sounds like it. You,
Right.
Is that the rest of your
there a
classic
napkin
lager?
around
there?
here?
That's yours.
Oh, that's mine?
Yeah.
I'll have some more.
My nose is turning into a faucet.
All right, so we're pouring
right
this
now.
apricot peach smoothie sour here for you guys. Pass around the table, Liz. Look, what do you guys think about that can? It looks like someone took a marker and
I need a paper
Looks
towel.
like I was tripping on shrooms and I tried to draw.
that's a fair. This is a very good description.
Reminds me like an 80s crop top. Like
Yes.
tea, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
It reminds me of those little neon bracelets.
yeah.
Which I gotta tell you guys, like I've been trying all week to find an airbrush place, like to get I was gonna try to get a shirt done for the show tomorrow, and I didn't think it would be this difficult, especially in Orlando, to find an airbrush place, and I can't find one. Like I found one at the Magic Mall, but it's oh, we need a week. You need to give this to me. I'm like, I can't just show up at a mall and get an airbrush T-shirt. I was just trying to
Oh, I thought you were talking about airbrush tan. I did that one
Oh,
time.
no.
I was living with this chick, and she's like, "Let's go, good, I got I got this Groupon thing. I'm like, all right. Like, yeah,
I
they
would love.
tie you
I
up in
would
like
love
a-
to see you
in a tie
with a
thing.
spray-on tan.
Bro, I look like I was from Brazil for like 2 weeks, and it
We
started
could call him
peeling.
Tan Brady.
No, it was terrible.
Tampon Tan Brady.
But I looked pretty cool for a while. It was.
I like this
Yeah.
beer. This beer's got a little bit of a sour like note to it that I like.
Yeah.
Yum.
That's awesome. I like it.
So it's a peach apricot sour made with milk sugar.
I feel like that hot sauce is. Just
Yeah.
good.
Oh my gosh, that's really good. That is really good.
Sours and me don't particularly like agree, so I'm just like,
I hear you. This
It's
is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like it's just dry.
Yeah, they're not. That's the thing with beer, man. It's like all these different styles.
Whether
It's
you-
not for everybody.
It's
but-
whether you love
I know,
sours
but-
or you don't.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's
exactly.
nothing in between.
Exactly. Yeah,
I
there's
would
nowhere in
call
between.
the sours more of a palate cleanser for myself.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Than what y'all call palate cleansers. Like
I call
the sour
sour-
really just sets on.
I call
my tongue
sours
is already
palate
ruined.
cleansers. Excuse me.
Yeah. What do you? Yeah.
Want to take this out back?
I don't like the way
I can
you're talking
referee.
to me.
I don't like the tone of your voice.
Are you taking a
Oh,
fight
my
as well?
Yeah.
What?
Do we have two
we
fights
could
going
probably,
tonight?
we could maybe schedule another
no.
match tomorrow if you guys want to come.
Rubber
in and do
match?
something.
Can we teach her some moves
Oh,
tonight? Brennan?
I'll get her ready.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
and fight him as well because I get to pick whatever punishment I want. I can pick her to dole out the punishment.
Oh, I think that.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
I got more questions.
okay.
Let's
What
get
you
into
got?
these
I
questions.
got a whole bunch of questions.
we
you
still
got?
haven't even got to the Lizz quiz yet.
Is there anybody famous that you have trained with or gone against?
Well, I mean, like the Dudley boys were the guys that trained me, so they're pretty. I mean, they're Hall of Famers.
I
Like,
think they're
they're
the
one of
most-
the most decorated tag teams
I was
of all
gonna say,
time.
most-
Yeah,
They have a
What is it,
bullet.
Absolutely.
26
Tag.
26 world tag team
God.
titles. Yeah.
Bubba would. Yeah, it's
see,
yeah.
ta-
And like it's funny because like if Bubba heard this, he'd be like, "Kid, what the fuck, kid?"
My version
I
of
told you
tag
this
team is
100
different.
times. Yeah, exactly.
Tag team means something totally different to Liz.
Yeah.
My version of tag team is completely different than your version of tag team. So,
But yeah,
throw that out there.
Yeah. I mean, just as fun. Like doesn't matter. Like, everybody's having a good time. Like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
But
Something's getting beat up.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, no,
Surprise!
You're in Surprise, Arizona.
There
for the
you
Cactus
go.
League.
but yeah, the Dudley boys trained me.
You guys want to talk about the Carson Wentz trade now? I'm just kidding.
You want to get into it? Let's
No,
get deep
no.
into that. Let's get March Madness back on the phone.
Too soon.
I think he's going to win me my money back. All right, let's just say that.
But
Liz, what's your next
but just
question?
to say they real
Definitely
quick,
not getting my money back,
the Dudley boys trained me. As far as I've worked in the ring with I wouldn't say work because I don't want to say I've had matches with these guys, but I've done some extra work and stuff like that with guys like Hulk Hogan, guys like Ric Flair, Kurt Angle,
Oh, wow.
yeah, guys that
Olympic gold
Sting,
medalist.
Yeah.
Wasn't Kurt Angle the Poindexter kind
He had,
of
like, the-
military
He
looking
didn't even
dude?
have a neck.
He
was
had that-
like
that-
when he
yeah.
first
He
was
started,
like
he was kind of
Juggernaut.
he was
He kind of looked like a military guy.
yeah, he was a Olympic gold medalist, and he legit badass. But
Okay, yeah,
but he
yeah, yeah.
played definitely a nerd kind of
Yeah.
I'm
very
like a
Poindexter.
yeah, I drink milk and I do this and
Yeah, it's like-
and he was great at it.
Cheerios.
Oh no, he was amazing. But
There was an angle they did, with Stone Cold would chug the beers in the
Yeah,
ring.
yeah, yeah.
And he came down the ring one night in a beer truck, and he sprayed down Vince McMahon and the owners
Yeah,
with
yeah.
beer and everything, and came in and kicked their ass. And then a couple weeks later, Angle came down with a milk truck
Yeah.
and sprayed every down with milk, and he was
Yeah,
chugging
years-
milk in the ring.
years later, when he was feuding with Stone Cold, he came down with a milk truck and
That's
did the
sad.
same thing. Yeah,
That's sad.
but I was lucky because Bubba and Devon, they were working for what is Impact now. It was TNA at the
TNA,
time.
yeah.
We were students and they needed people to do extra work and stuff like that. And I did so many little weird things with them, to just get beat up by guys. As I played a biker, I played a cop, I played buddies of like wrestlers.
Were you
and-
like a sparring dummy for any of these
yeah,
guys?
yeah. No, it was like, yeah, you just did like little things like that where you just be out and being like, you know, I'm here to just get beat up.
Yeah,
you
I'm
know,
gonna
like,
let you beat me
awesome.
up just so I
way,
get to hang out.
way before I was actually like,
Learn
you know,
something cool,
Just
yeah.
so it looks good on
actually-
TV.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like, luckily I was a guy that could take a good, I could take a good beating, you know, and like, and make it look
No,
good.
and I noticed that in some of the videos I watched.
yeah. You notice
You
that?
took some good beatings. You're good at being the one that gets spiked down. You
Yeah,
take that
yeah.
well.
All right. I see
I'm
what
just
you're saying.
That takes a lot to be that guy.
Oh, it
Because
takes
the
a lot
other
to-
guys.
Do you
look
think
like
you could
they're
be that
not
guy, Todd?
comfortable.
No.
Yeah.
You think that
Todd's
Well, you know
about
what?
to be that
I
guy.
Hey,
don't
you know
wanna
what?
be thrown down.
In a little bit, I'm gonna teach you the exact same thing. So don't worry about that.
Okay, so
We have
next
bets to be
question. Next
settled.
question.
What just happened?
we have bets.
Next question. So days that you have matches, like what is your diet for that day? Like what do you eat prior to?
All
a
right,
match? Please do not tell me bean and cheese burritos.
I'm not what you would call a particular body guy. I think you can see that by looking at me. You know,
Roll with the punches, buddy.
yeah. I
Do
mean,
you eat a lot of
I'm
eggs?
a body guy.
there was
so
I do eat. You know, I try to eat like decent in a certain way, but like you know, I'm not like the guy that has like abs for days.
You've been
or like,
pounding
whatever.
beers and hot sauce.
Yeah,
with us.
exactly. You know, like I drink a little too much. I don't mind getting Taco Bell at 3 a.m. You know, like it is
I
what
feel
it
like that
is.
would be that
So
kind
you're
of
a ball
So
wrestler.
you really don't
Yeah,
give
exactly.
a crap.
have back stomach
I don't.
issues.
But I've always prided myself on not being out of shape, like in the way of like if I got to wrestle somebody. Like I've had guys that were around me that were like professional bodybuilders that came in and were like, oh well, I can beat this guy up because he doesn't look like like this like that, and I tear him up in 2 seconds because like
Right on.
they like we always had a thing like are those show muscles or go muscles, like
They're
whatever, and
slow.
like yeah, and there would be guys that come
No,
in and
only
like
yours,
you know
Todd, only
a guy that you can diet and you can train and you can do all this kind of stuff and have a great body, but doesn't always translate to being in the ring. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of guys. I'm not.
And that's how I feel.
Muscle
You're ready to go, right?
No,
I
muscle
look
is nice
too
to
good
look
for the
at,
gym.
but it's not very economical.
Yeah.
Or
With the
it's
exception
not,
of
doesn't have
and
too
don't
much
get me wrong,
economy to it.
I'm not
lot of great
like
fighters.
out. All your oxygen goes to your muscles. You lose a lot of your cardio goes to muscles.
Yeah.
well, the current welterweight champion, Kamaru Usman, is
Yeah, but
so-
I mean, we've seen that in fighting
a
where it's like,
wrestler his whole
there's
life,
guys
though,
that like
different.
out there would be like, don't get me wrong, like a guy like Conor McGregor, who's like, I'm just using him as a very like
he muscles out.
big
though.
example, but like, what is he like 5'9", 5'8", something
Yeah,
like that?
No, he's like he's
5'10".
smaller than that.
Yeah, he's a small guy. But like,
5'9".
and then like you see a guy in like a bar that's like 6'1", but like doesn't train or doesn't do anything. He's like, oh, I could kick that guy's ass. And it's like, no, Conor McGregor would fucking wear you out, man.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in 2
Absolutely.
seconds,
Absolutely.
And it's like, and like I'm saying, like he also looks great and like has all this stuff, but like. It doesn't matter. It's about like it's more about training and all this stuff. That, don't get me wrong, guys at the top level, they look great. Like you have to have a look and you have to have like what you have. But like there's also guys like if you watch like WWE right now or something, there's a guy like Otis.
Otis, right?
Yeah, like but that guy's an Olympic level power lifter.
He's a
apparently,
beast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a beast. Like he's an athlete.
Is
got a
is
big.
he like ripped or is he just
No, he looks like
big,
Chris Farley.
barrel-chested, big guy.
Yeah.
but Liz, he's an Olympic power lifter,
Yeah.
so that makes sense.
So
Like,
he doesn't need all the muscle.
You know, a guy
He
like
has
a guy
it.
like
Right.
a guy like Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
same thing. I mean, not, don't get me wrong. Braun Strowman's got himself into shape that he
was
looks
gonna
amazing
use
right now. But like when he
Batista.
was first around, I mean, like Batista. But like then again, like a guy like Batista, who like he was a bodybuilder, and like
he's a monster. though,
yeah,
man.
he looks great. But like, I mean, I think he in his later years has gotten into shape. He's done some MMA and stuff like that. But I would say like when Batista was just like first coming up in like wrestling, I don't think like. Like a Daniel Bryan could probably wear him out in 2
No, but
seconds.
Big,
You know what I'm
big,
saying? Like-
big Papa
yeah.
Puff.
yeah.
well,
I like that.
Or
that
first
for
of all,
me-
you mean Big
that-
Papa Pump,
Yeah,
Scott
whatever,
Steiner,
no,
who
you
was
know, I
also
like-
a decorated amateur wrestler.
I like watching them guys. Who are
Michigan
just
State,
jacked.
yeah.
They got,
Michigan, yeah.
They got them man titties on them. Just looking.
So I have two more
looking
questions.
diesel. I
That's
like
it.
that.
Just two
All
more
right.
questions.
What you got, Liz? Good.
Did you play any other sports besides wrestling? Did you wrestle in high school?
I did. I wrestled in
Did you
middle
do any
school and
other-
high school a little bit. I was not particularly great at it. I was pretty middle of the road. I wasn't terrible, but I was not like.
Did you play baseball ever?
Yeah, played baseball
Nice.
for about. It's actually funny. We were talking about soccer earlier. I played soccer more than any other sport. I played it for probably like 12 years of my life.
Really?
I know literally nothing about it besides just playing
Men's
soccer.
or women?
it's kickball.
Oh man! All right. Can we get to the segment?
We're going to, yes.
We're getting there.
Oh yeah, I'm getting roasted from the back room. Jeez. All right.
So
But I played soccer. Played. I was the two sports I was particularly good at were baseball and soccer.
What was your position in soccer?
I played mostly. I played fullback or goalie,
right.
but I also played striker a lot and like stuff like that. But basically fullback and goalie were my main things because I was a little bit of a bully, a little bit of a what do you call it in the hockey term? Goon. I was a little bit of that. Like I could.
Oh, yeah.
I was always
Defending
bigger.
stuff, yeah.
Like it was when I was like I hit the growth spurt early. Like I'm only about 5'10", but I hit the growth spurt early when I was a kid. So I was bigger than everybody else. So like when I was growing up, I could muscle my way around everybody, and like I was always bigger than everybody. So like. I would just be. I would protect the goal, like basically is my thing, and I just did it for years and years.
And then last question.
All right, what we got?
How do you feel going against a girl tomorrow?
She's an Amazon to your defense. She's
That's
a big
why
woman.
As
That's
far
a-
as
that's a
going
big
against
bitch.
a girl, as
She
far
have
as
bigger
gender,
shoes than you?
like putting things in like gender terms, I have zero problems going against a girl. I don't treat her any differently than anybody else I would ever like wrestle because
So
I'll tell you right now,
you're not going to be like a little easy. Like,
absolutely not.
Really?
What about against,
I wouldn't do it against Sawyer.
What
I
about
wouldn't get
against
it.
Todd though.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I would definitely have mercy on him. I mean, look at him. Jesus. I feel like if a
this
light
a
breeze
gender
would,
question
I'd be
again,
like a
or-
light breeze would knock this guy
Oh,
over.
come on.
I mean,
He's
how
a
do you
little
terrible.
how do you live
Terrible.
in Florida and survive a hurricane? Jesus.
He's a little tipsy, but yeah.
But Sawyer is a tough. That's a tough
no,
match.
and I'm not taking her lightly. I'm not taking any. I would never like. Here's the thing about Mayhem on Mills. It is a completely intergender wrestling thing. There are no men's, there's no men's division. There's no women's division because I believe in professional wrestling. It does not matter. Like I've seen, professional wrestling isn't.
And we've
How
talked
do I
about Ronda
describe this?
Rousey on this show too.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
look at Ronda
because you're
Rousey.
watching-
Like,
you're
am I going to
watching-
mess with Ronda Rousey? Absolutely not.
No.
Am I going to mess with like? It does
I
not
challenge
matter
her
when it
to an
comes
arm
to
wrestling
like.
match at least.
I would love to see that. Oh my god.
I lose.
But no, it doesn't matter. Like we've had we've had a lot of women on our shows, and in fact, right now I'm kind of bummed that we don't have. Like we actually had about 3 girls have to drop out on this
Well,
show.
we're taking interviews. I mean, you're not our first show. I mean,
Oh yeah,
you might
put
be the
me
best.
in, coach.
yeah.
Yeah.
But no, like one of my favorites right now, who's actually gonna like, who was working for us. We just had about at our last show a year ago, Kylan King. She had a ladder match against this guy Wolf Taylor, who you'll see tomorrow. That was one of my favorite matches. Like I've seen, like one of my favorite Mayhem matches, absolutely. And yeah, we've had a lot of women on the show, and like. I don't think when it comes to professional wrestling it matters. Like I think everybody has the same skill. I don't think it's because to me it's a mental game. It's not particularly like
A strength.
Yeah, I mean you professional wrestling. Like I was always told this, and I still believe this to this day, is that it's 10% is physical and 90% is in your head, and that's why like you were asking about my diet and like how I look and all that stuff. Hey, I don't look like
Lex
Kenny
Luger,
Omega or
yeah.
Lex Luger or like whoever. Like I don't look like those guys, but
I
I
like this.
know how to do what I do in the ring, and I know how to win. So it doesn't matter. Like
Wait,
I
have
could
you-
go on a diet that's like ridiculous or something and have abs. I've done it, like but yeah, I don't want to be miserable. I want to drink. I want to go out to Will's and have a good time and like do whatever because I know at the end of the day I can get in the ring and I can beat you.
I hope we can go to Will's after this and have a drink.
Oh, probably.
All right.
I don't know if they let you in. I don't know if they're gonna let you into Will's.
What I like,
All right,
what
guys,
I like
so-
about wrestling though is I like the big power moves. You see more of the dynamic moves from the men. And
All right, guys, so
the
we're-
women have some stuff, but he's like
We gotta take you guys to a break, and
more agile.
more from the Ballbusters later. Coming up next, we got the Lizz Quiz. She's gonna ask all her favorite questions.
More questions.
And in Danny's absence, Todd and I are gonna duke it out for second place.
All right.
We're gonna make up ground.
You're listening to Ball Busters. You're listening to Ball Busters.
Hey guys, welcome back to Ball Busters. We're coming back to you guys with an awesome opportunity for Liz to try and bust our balls once again in
Again.
Danny's absence.
Surprise.
Yeah, Danny's.
Put on your thinking cap. And on your buzzer. This is the Lizz Quiz.
So, do you want to explain the rules? Yeah?
Yeah,
Should
you-
I explain?
Oh, good. Yeah.
Just, are we doing the hand or are we doing the name?
No,
The
you
name.
say
Let's do the
name.
name. Yeah.
All right, so if you know the question, just say your name, and then you...
Buzz in,
Yeah, you
basically.
buzz in.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
All right. Remember, Todd, I said you should get 3 of these correct.
I've been drinking again. Guilty.
As always.
Been busy talking shit to get my ass whooped.
As
Guilty.
always.
Typical.
And now you're saying I'm going to get 3 right.
You should. You should.
That puts
All right,
you-
question
that puts
number
you
1.
Close to Danny.
Wait, what's your confidence level in this?
I'm like, I think I'm a over-under
How many questions?
5.
5, but she says 3. She says 3 that I should get.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to get 2.
That's still what, like 60%?
No, I think you would. I know you would get
2 of 5?
1.
2 of 5
Okay,
is
anyway.
All right, let's go.
Question number 1.
40%.
What college did Alex Morgan go to?
Todd. Man, it's ACC.
I'm not saying.
North Carolina.
Nope.
Brando. Duke.
Nope.
To the
I'm just going to guess Vanderbilt.
Nope.
West Coast.
Just name a college.
Name a college?
At this point.
Gulf Coast.
Virginia.
She went to Berkeley.
Berkeley. Wow.
California. I know the other side, yeah.
Does Alex Morgan play kickball, football,
It's not kickball.
soccer?
Yes.
She plays kick the
Football.
ball in the back of the net.
All right, question number 2. Who was the first WWE champion?
Drennen. Not Drennen, but Buddy Rogers.
Yep.
Wow. Nature Boy Buddy Rogers.
Yep.
Who
Drennan
gifted
is
the
on the
name Nature
board,
Boy
guys.
to Ric
Yeah.
Flair.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. I thought we
Well,
said female.
No. WWE wrestler.
Oh,
Champion?
that's
Yeah.
all
I
right.
say female.
There you
I
go.
said champion.
I'm retarded.
First champion.
Yeah.
All right, Todd, this is for you.
We know.
I'm
that.
kicking this right to you. How many teams did the MLS start with?
You still have to buzz in if you think you know it.
Come on, Todd.
Brando. 6.
Nope.
Drennen. 8.
Nope.
Todd, 16.
Nope.
20.
Really? Man, now you got me thinking. Dirt, 12?
Nope. 10.
10. Wow.
Of course.
I was so close with 6. I was the closest.
That's crazy, though. How do you start a league with that much?
That's not even even.
That's like
All right,
5.
this one's kind of easy.
All right.
Put your buzzers down, everybody.
All right.
How many teams did Michael Jordan play for?
Todd, 2.
Yep.
I was wondering if we're going to count baseball, though.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
technically. Yeah, we got 3 on
That's
that
true.
one. Yeah.
That's true.
Well, I didn't know if it's
All right, and this is also.
I'm going to argue this later in arbitration. Oh, you better
You
believe
didn't
it.
specify.
I'm bringing this up.
Yeah. Yeah.
What college did Antonio Brown attend?
Brando. Mississippi State.
Nope.
Todd, St. Louis.
Nope.
It's a weird school.
It is.
It's a weird,
It is.
I know it, too.
You can't guess again, dude.
I got nothing. You got a guess?
I don't. I know.
Holy
It's
Cross.
UNC.
You know what?
Wilmington or
I'm
something
gonna
like
I'm gonna give a wild guess, and this is a shout out to my buddy Jacob Marshall.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice one. That's a nice one.
Holy Cross?
No? I got
Dame.
nothing.
Notre Dame.
Central Michigan.
Oh, wow.
that's
Same,
a
isn't that
good
the same
one,
school
of
that...
course.
what,
The Hilltoppers.
is that the
The
school that Brady went to?
Hilltoppers. They're the Hilltoppers.
Wasn't
No,
Brady?
Brady went to Michigan.
No,
Oh,
Brady
okay.
went to Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't even start at Michigan.
Yeah.
He set the bench behind him.
All right.
Hey guys, great news!
And wait, I got
Just
one
got
more
my COVID
question.
test in right now. Negative.
We call that
I got an
bursting
extra question.
Breaking news, everyone.
Bursting.
Bursting.
Bursting news.
Yeah.
news.
Bursting news.
Bursting news.
There's an extra question.
Extra question.
Oh, that's bursting news.
What is the punishment for Big T Little Odd?
Todd.
Drennen?
Nothing.
Judges.
I don't think that's the answer.
No, I was the quickest.
I don't think that's the answer.
All right. Wait.
Todd, You won
I
this
also
one.
get to pick one. I get to pick one too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got to ask you a question though.
Yeah.
So all I know about this is that he made a terrible, terrible bet. Apparently, he's a
Yeah.
horrible
Na-
gambler,
NASCAR bet.
a degenerate. You know, like all this kind of stuff. Whatever.
Right.
So what exactly was the bet?
He tried to bet on the recent Daytona 500. He went with
I picked the
some good
top
picks.
three. I said I'm
He
going
had
to
some
pick the
good
top
picks,
three,
but he didn't
1,
win.
2, and 3, and they all wrecked out.
So this guy just went down in flames.
They were
basically.
quality picks,
Yeah.
and then also he picked.
I was
Gilbert
looking for
Burns.
punishment.
He picked Gilbert Burns to take the.
We didn't even talk about
He
that.
picked Gilbert Burns to take the welterweight title from Kamaru Usman.
No,
So
you
you're
didn't give
doing-
me a choice. You guys like,
Dude,
hey, I'm
it's-
taking Usman. Who do you want? I'm like, well,
Dirt, do we
I can go
have,
for Usman.
Doesn't matter.
No,
You
you're right.
accepted
You're
it,
right.
so-
Yeah,
Dirt,
Burns,
but
Burns almost
don't-
knocked
don't
him
we
out
have
twice.
record-
So let's not
recording?
waste a whole bunch of time talking,
Yeah. So what?
details.
What
The
what
fact is,
is yeah,
there's two
you-
bets. So go ahead. What do we
What
got?
are we doing?
So what
Well,
I'm saying is like how badly did he fumble here? Like how bad of a bet was this?
Well, he said that all three of the people that
Like,
he
not
picked crashed.
DDT.
So it's pretty
I
bad.
So
don't
you
think
picked
that-
3 people and they all crash?
Yeah. No, not all of them, but they did not finish in the 1, 2, 3, which is what
They
he
all
picked.
crashed.
So
Oh, okay.
They
So-
all did not finish in the top
And how like I would ask this as much. How confident was he?
10. He's pretty confident.
He was
Okay.
drunk, confident.
Oh
Here's-
yeah. Okay.
Here's what I will say about this.
Well,
Drennen,
we got about
is that
4 options.
This bet is Todd showing to the Ballbusters audience out here that he can take it.
Oh.
We're putting him over. We're putting him over, saying that Todd pays up on his bets.
No
He's
DDTs
willing
to
to
tile, though. I don't want to
Okay,
do
yeah.
DDTs.
Okay.
All right, so no DDTs on tile. You got a couple of options when it comes to weapons. I got a baseball bat. I got a trash can. I got a street sign. I got some barbed wire. And you can pick between one of those 4, or you want a hammerlock? I can show you a good old
I
hammerlock.
think I'm going to take the street sign
Oh.
and the hammerlock.
hammerlock and a street sign.
You know what?
Oh,
I get
you-
to pick one of them, and I accept.
Yeah? You're okay with this?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so happy you
Is
picked
everybody-
hammerlock.
everybody-
Okay. All right. So what we'll do? Let's take a break. Let Drennen get his toy box out, and then when we
Ooh.
come back, we
Toy box?
yeah.
Again, different terms. My toy box. and
Yeah,
your
yeah,
toy
yeah.
box
yeah.
are completely
Definitely different things.
I'm waiting for
Yours
him
are
to
a lot
walk
more
up-
fun.
Walk up with a bucket full of dildos or something. I'm like, what?
Well, hey, wait. No. If it is like a guy like Effie who you'll see tomorrow, he definitely has a toy box full of dildos that he might show up with tomorrow.
Oh, is that the guy with the spiked jacket on?
He borrowed
Yeah,
them
watch
from
that.
me.
And there's also a guy named Casanova Valentine who I've also wrestled on a Mayhem on Mills shows in a gas match, who also has a spiked dildo that he has that I've definitely taken. And
Stay
Wait,
away.
wait,
I
where
didn't
did
hate
you
it.
Take it.
I
Taken
didn't hate
where?
it.
Taken where
Oh,
exactly?
all over the face.
You got slapped
don't
in the face
isolate
by
that.
a dildo?
I won't.
Oh, man.
It's going to be a soundbite.
Yeah, I know, right? That's gonna haunt me. There's literally a picture from Mayhem on Mills of me getting power bombed into thumbtacks
You
that
got,
I
like,
use
bukkake.
on
I
every
saw that.
single
Dildos.
picture. Yeah, basically.
That was
yeah.
pretty good.
All right. So let's do that. Let's
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We're coming right back. We have a.
Yes, pile of hot sauce, peanut butter, all up on his junk right here.
All right, guys. I spilled some hot sauce on my shirt.
On his cleavage. It was like cleavage
In my
area. He
cleavage.
licked it right up.
Oh man, that was delicious. That peanut butter and J Pooper is good. And when we come back,
Did
we're
you
going
get
to
poopered on the chest?
We're going to dole out some punishment on Big T Little Odd, the guy that everybody hates. All right, we'll be right back,
yeah.
guys.
You're listening to Ball Busters. You're listening to Ball Busters.
Hey, sports fan, welcome back to Ball Busters. We've got some more fun to you guys tonight. We got some bets to pay out. Todd lost a bet on NASCAR. He also lost a bet when he bet on Gilbert Burns, but who can blame him? That was a good match. But Usman won and kept his title
Why did Usman win?
because of that jab, baby.
That's right. Trevor Whitner.
Okay, this
I
is
know-
not the moment where we're talking about the fight. No. We've
talking about it at all, Dirk.
We're
Don't
getting
don't
to
deflect
not?
it. No deflection.
Dirk's clear. Todd's clearly delaying. That's
I
okay.
just wanted to give Usman his.
Okay, all right.
I mean, he showed what
don't
boxing
stall.
was.
We've
Don't
had the
stall.
whole
I just-
show to talk about sports
All
stuff.
right,
This is
we
the
missed
payout
it.
bet.
Yeah.
All
There
right,
you
so
go.
we get the
I'm
bets
not
out.
dodging.
And,
All right.
and Todd's let's give him fair credit for his NASCAR bets. They were fair, but they didn't come true. And if they would have, he wouldn't be facing the punishment that he's facing right
It's
now.
hard to bet on a race like that, but he did.
he
and
did.
So here we are.
And he lost, but he picked some good contenders. But now he's got to face some severe finishing moves from Drennen. Drennen gets to pick one finishing move. I get to pick the other because he picked Gilbert Burns and he lost the bet. If I had lost the bet, if Gilbert Burns would have won, I'd be taking this punishment right now. But instead, it's Big T Little Odd. And here we go, guys. My choice is a sign to the back,
Sign to the back. Okay.
a street sign.
By a professional wrestler.
Here we go.
I happen to have one right here.
Oh, no
No
parking,
parking
between.
between signs.
I don't know where we sold this from, but
Is that
It's nice
30-20
and solid.
aluminum right there?
Yeah.
That's
That
30-20
is
aluminum. That's
solid.
aircraft
Solid.
aluminum right there.
All right, you
That's
ready?
it.
Let's do this.
Street
this
sign.
might be used. I mean, if I don't wear it out too much on your back right now, you're probably going to see this at Mayhem.
Oh yeah.
Right on. Mayhem on Mills tomorrow, guys.
All right, Drennan's removing his headphones. He's
All
ready
right.
to.
He's breaking the sign out and getting it ready for
Big T
tomorrow.
Little Odd standing in his
wait,
Derek
yeah.
Brooks jersey, number 55, the greatest defense of the Tampa Bay Bucks. And Drennen is lining up. He's got the sign in his hand. He's sizing up Todd's back. He's
All
busted
right.
a lot of people up before, and now he's about to bust up Todd.
1, 2, and then you hit the shot.
Here we go.
Oh, man. Don't be a pussy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was a Ric Flair. Right on. So Todd survived it.
Oh, man.
Okay,
I like that.
but that's-
though.
Oh, you liked it, huh?
That's
all
part
right.
one. That's only part one.
Yeah.
Now, what did we decide for the second punishment?
We gave it up to Drennen.
I believe it was the hammerlock, wasn't
The
it?
hammerlock. Oh man. So
Mother Mary of
Do you,
Moses.
do you need a little bit
Hold
of a
on.
break, Todd?
How stressful is it going to be on my wrist?
Pretty stressful.
Okay, then you get my right hand.
right hand. Okay.
We will see.
Todd, is that because you're currently in a
No,
relationship
because
with
I
your
have,
left
I
hand?
have a titanium plate in my left.
Yeah,
I have
he
a
has one.
titanium plate in my left
yeah,
wrist.
okay.
I don't want
Right.
that thing
Yeah.
cracked on.
Makes
so.
sense.
That's
Totally.
his gentler hand. It's his gentle hand.
Okay. All right, here we go. Let's do the hammerlock then.
I like to call it the stranger hand.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
when
it's
you're
the one
looking
used
for somebody new in the neighborhood, it's like,
oh, yeah.
bring your left hand into the party.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
That's some advanced level stuff right there from Big T Little Odd. So he's sitting himself set up.
Titanium plate. So I got to take this arm. I got to put it behind you.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
Oh.
Wait, that's it? That's it?
No, I had nowhere to go.
I feel cheated. I feel completely cheated.
Drennen,
I thought
can
it was
you-
going to be
can you
like,
teach
come
Liz-
on.
Can you teach Liz a move?
Because
Teach Liz a finishing move.
No, as Kimura, you're using
So
I realized when I was
There's
in
only
trouble.
a certain point you can go with something like that.
So
I realized when I was in
wait.
trouble.
Hold on. Before you put the headphones on, let me ask this question here. So Liz says she felt treated with a hammerlock. Todd, would you be willing to let Drennen teach Liz how to put you in, let's say, a Boston Crab or a figure four or something here?
I kind of feel like I need my left shoulder to get cracked the way he just cracked my right shoulder.
Liz, I can absolutely show you how to do a figure four on this guy right now.
Let's do that.
Well,
Can we
but
do that?
do my
Can we
other
do that?
shoulder
All right, come on.
first
Liz out here. Let's do this. Liz, I want
figure four.
Drennen, teach Liz how to put the figure four on Todd.
Oh my God, I'm flexible shoulder. I was thinking of jiu-jitsu style.
All right, so are we back, Dirt?
Yes, yeah. All right, Todd, on the ground, on your back.
All right, so what we got here is Drennen's going to instruct Liz on locking Todd into a figure four. So Drennen is spinning around, doing the ankle tweak, leading into a figure four. Okay, so then we have Liz now demonstrating the same move with an ankle twist.
And you go all the way with it. You're going to cross this. And you're going to go with it, too.
Wow, the figure four looks like a upside down pigeon with a bad ankle twist.
Now get on your back. Be careful.
And Liz is dropping down,
And take this
and she's got Todd locked up.
and lock it down.
Todd's I think Todd's crying right now. Todd's crying. So she's got him locked in the figure four maneuver, she looks like a miniature python on top of a large dumb alligator or something. He's tapping out. He's tapping out. He's tapping out. Todd has tapped out. Todd tapped out.
You're practically Ric Flair.
All right, on.
I want to give him a chop, too, real quick, you know?
Yeah.
Just give him one of these.
So Liz is now moving in for a chop. Oh, it was like more of like an elbow and then a bear hug. Todd's got her in a bear hug. All right. They broke up. We'll save this for another round, guys. But yeah, that was good.
Damn. Okay.
Oh, no.
I know, but the
Figure
fun part,
legit hurts.
what's interesting about it is they actually are using your major bones, your strongest bones, like your femur, to cause more pressure to your weaker bones, your tib and your fib.
Did
and
you
the
say
tib,
your
you're like,
wiener bone was hurt?
well, they were. And I don't know if she knew what she was doing or not. I'm like, I'm going to get out of here.
I was trying to flip you over.
Hopefully that recovers.
I know, but I wanted to get away from that before you flipped over and broke my leg. On
That was
accident. I'm like,
fucking
stop
That's what I was trying to
That's like because it started you were tingling me up there a little bit. I'm like,
Oh,
all right.
man.
And then he mentioned the word
You're a
reverse.
natural.
No, he mentioned the word
Well,
reverse. I'm
listen,
like,
guys, I just wanna
got
let
to
you
think.
guys-
I'm like, how do I reverse this?
I just want to let you guys know this episode was brought to you by Liz's Christmas summer sausage.
Oh, man.
and Todd's flexible shoulders and durable back.
That's great, though. What was funny is that as soon as she locked in the figure four, I could immediately see Todd all of a sudden going, wait a minute. Yeah.
No, it's like that playground stuff. We used to do this when we were kids, you know, and we put on the sharpshooter, the figure four, or whatever. And then if you actually know how to apply it properly, you'd get in that thing where it's just like, oh, hey, we're having fun. And then somebody, especially the sharpshooter, somebody sits on your back like that, and everybody's like, oh, my God, just tapping out immediately.
Well, I know, but that's where it comes crazy. Is it's not realistic to be able to do that kind of movement to do that.
Yeah.
But when you're actually in that hold,
Oh, it's a legitimate hold.
It's legit painful.
Now, are you going to see it in MMA? No,
I
because it
would-
would be so easily defendable against. But,
Yeah,
exactly.
But
what I'm at.
if you could actually as an actual wrestling maneuver, it is a legit maneuver.
Tell
the
that to
figure-
Brock Lesnar, who
Yeah,
got caught in a toe hold.
I know, right? Yeah, Frank Mir, man. Jeez.
That's awesome.
No,
Man.
that was legit.
So do you have to
Thank
keep-
you.
So,
All right, you know what? You're all right.
All right.
You're right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
hey, Todd, you settled your bets well. I will tell you.
Yeah, you know what? You
I
took it
don't
like
run away from that
you took it
shit.
like a man. I'll give you that much.
You just got beat up.
Yeah.
Not the first time in my life. I know what I can take.
At least you know you can't survive a figure 4 from Liz.
Yeah.
That's important for you to know.
Well, I know
That was
better.
impressive. I gotta give you.
know
I'm
better.
impressed.
If I'm ever laying on my backside and she turns over, grabs one of my legs, and I see the moon staring at me, be like, "Oh, time to get that leg out of there." That's what I know next time.
Something's coming for you, buddy.
This is not a friendly thing she's doing, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh my God!
There's
You
no
could,
more sexual.
you could. I was gonna say you could trick so many men into just breaking their legs. And
Have you seen this new
Like, oh my
sexual
God!
move?
Yeah, hell yeah! And then just like crank on it. Oh,
I mean,
my
like,
God.
I call it the vagina 4.
yeah.
Okay, baby.
I mean, let's be honest. Black Widow in the Marvel Universe, the movie Species, all women.
Yeah.
That guys are like, oh my God, she's so hot. Next thing you know, why do I have a dagger in my throat?
Oh, what was that Scarlett Johansson one?
Black Widow. That in the Marvel,
Black Widow?
she plays Black.
No, she did that
Natasha.
movie where she was like the alien that was like killing. Whatever. I'm just gonna go down
Which
like a.
brings me to my next point. Never trust a sexy hot woman.
I've learned that the hard way several times.
So you just settle.
Wow,
Yeah.
if they're too hot, you'd be like, all right, well, I'm just going
There's
to go in
something
there
wrong
with
here.
the
There's
wrist.
something wrong here.
Yeah,
Go in
you
there
only
with
go
the
for
wrist.
4s. Enthusiastic 4s. That's what I. That's my.
Usually it's like, how much of my bank account am I willing to give to them? Is it like 15%? Is it? That's how I look at it. All right, let's move on.
And that's why Todd is single.
Yeah, let's move on to Todd's love life. we don't want to bump everybody out.
He's got nagging, guys. Don't forget. He's
Yeah.
got nagging.
You're ringing her off here when you hit me
She's
with the
his one and
sign.
only
I
sweetheart.
thought my
I know,
dog.
yeah.
I thought my dog would have been more protective.
She didn't even hear it. She can't hear anything.
That's right.
Well, she knows that you're settling a bet.
Yeah.
And she's a
She
she's a smart
understands. She
little
signed
dog.
the contract.
she was probably over there like, about time somebody hit you with something.
Dogs can read. People. She probably.
She's like, I'm gonna be honest. Surprised this hasn't happened before.
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
I could see her in the back just propped up. Probably had a little cigar.
Yeah.
Hey, Heather, light this one up for me.
Yeah.
I just see her waddling back across in the background right there.
About time.
Just laughing it up.
All right, guys.
right.
So let's dig into what we're doing this weekend. We're what do you guys got going on? Tomorrow is Sunday. I know
She
Liz
Believes
has
Cup.
got a big She Believes Cup.
Are we doing it?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
getting tickets right after this. So
All right. I know Drennen's got.
We got Mayhem on Mills
That's
tomorrow. Mayhem on Mills presents Weird Science. We're going to have all kinds of great stuff. What
time?
It starts at doors are at 3. Starts
shit.
at 4. Tickets are going, and we are going to have
and where's it at?
it's at it's 1000 North Mills Avenue. So we usually do these at Will's Pub, if you guys are familiar with that. But this one's a little bit down the street. If you know where Wally's, which I think everybody does,
Yes.
it's right across the street where the Imperial Car Lot used to be. It's
Okay.
the Carlotta Culture Center. They're going to start doing some more, like not just
there.
Mayhem, but they're going to be some like concert series there and stuff like that with Bungalower. And we are
Awesome.
just kind of like the first, like the little guinea pig to see like what's actually going to happen. And so tomorrow we're going to be there.
I love it.
Doors at 3.
said you got a
Show
food truck
starts
there,
at
too?
4. Huh?
You got a food truck there as well?
Yeah, we got Sushi and Soul's going to be there. Cholo Dog's going to be there.
Oh,
we,
yeah.
We have a toy vendor that's going to be there. I'm sorry, the name's escaping me right now. But yeah, we're going to have that. We got 6 big matches. Me and Sawyer in a street fight. You got Troy Hollywood, who is our champion, who everybody loves, taking on Hunter Law. And he's defending his internet title for title in the main event. I'm telling you right now,
Damn.
both these guys, like if you've ever seen Troy, he's our champion. He's been our champion for almost 2 years now because of, I mean, you know, he got away with a year, but
Are there any?
but Troy's one of the best. Like, I mean, like I think he's literally one of the most underrated wrestlers in the country right now. He's amazing. Hunter, not far behind him. I think these guys are probably going to have, you know, they're probably going to go 30 minutes, and they're gonna tear the house down.
Are there any
That's
sexy ladies?
Well, you got.
gonna
I mean,
be-
depending on like who you
Sawyer
feel about
Rack.
Sawyer,
I mean,
you know,
she's
like
got
I don't
le-
particularly.
I don't
I'm
like
not in the
Amazon
mindset of.
women,
Hey,
but
Liz,
I'm
she
not
has-
the particular.
She has legs the way you like them, feet on one end.
Thanks, Todd. Anyway, you know, that's not particularly. I will say this
I
much
like
about.
a woman with bigger flip flops sometimes.
Hey, I will say this much
I
about
like to climb the
Mayhem.
mountain.
We're,
I'm not afraid.
as much as it is, we're just about the nitty and gritty, getting down and fucking fighting. And
Yeah.
as far as like the sexiness goes, hey, man, we can all do that on our own time. I think I'm pretty good. Like, hey, I ain't a piece. I'm the whole meal. So I ain't a snack. I'm the whole
I
meal.
am not a snack.
So whatever. But I do that on my own time and everything.
wanna
But Mayhem on Mills tomorrow. We're gonna have a great time. Everything's going to be, like I just said, I just got my COVID test. Everybody else is getting their COVID test. Everybody's going to be negative. Mask required. We're going to socially distance. We're going to have everything great
Socially
for it.
distance wrestling.
Exactly.
Will there
me and
be
Sawyer are
beer?
going to be up and close.
Air hug.
But
Will
everybody
there
else.
be beer?
There's absolutely going to Will's is going to have a full bar up there. I
Awesome.
believe Amber and Jeremiah are going to be Jeremy are going to be the bartenders.
Awesome.
Will's going to have his own thing. Everybody's going to be there.
Would you say because you going back to that you said about Tyler Law and your champion that match? Are those guys where you'd say like for the audience, if you like wrestling, you're going to see these guys?
Absolutely.
Again. These are guys that you're going to see in the future.
Oh, absolutely. Like we've already had it. Like where it's like there are people like we don't. Some of our mainstays have gotten signed in the last year. Like we've had guys like Leon Ruff, who you can see on NXT right now.
Do you think Todd?
He's been on our show?
Do you think Todd has any potential?
Serpentico and Kylan King are both in AEW right now. Like they're doing their thing. Like, and it sucks because I wish they were on our shows, but they've moved on to bigger and better things. I mean, like not that Mayhem isn't a bigger and better thing, but they're. I mean, like we pay, but they're getting paid more.
Yeah,
so
it's like
it
Proud
is what they
Papa.
are.
You're watching the birds fly the nest, and they're doing great
Exactly.
things. So,
Do you
yeah.
think you have room for a guy like Big T the Lod in there? I mean, he took a slap.
I'm not a
Like
technical
I
guy.
think I'm gonna beat Sawyer tomorrow, but I think
Would you throw Todd in there?
about,
would
about-
not.
I think she'd take about
I
5
mean,
seconds and
yeah.
choke slam you straight through the ring.
like a Scooby snack? Would you throw him in like a Scooby snack? That's what we're asking.
Little top
Actually,
snack.
we have a guy named Crowbar who's about 115 pounds that was on a show, and I think he could take care of Todd in about 2 seconds. So
115er?
well, actually 3 because that's how much you need to get pinned. But he might choke him out, so I don't even know.
He would climb up you like a
I'll
spider.
take that bet. He's a squirrely little guy,
Like
but
a
that's
spider
sketchy.
monkey.
115? I don't want to do 115.
Yeah.
But absolutely, to your point, yeah, I think I actually did a podcast earlier this week, and somebody asked me like what my vision was like, or is your vision for Mayhem being like, what is it? And I had never thought about that, and I actually kind of answered it on air of just me positing. And it is just like, hey man, I'm older, I'm kind of over the hill, and I'm doing these things like that I'm doing with these guys to. It ain't about me. Like, I ain't trying to get a job. I ain't trying to do anything. I'm trying to do this to give
To
who
build
I
their
think
career.
are the best wrestlers. Not even just, I wish I could do it the whole country. But, most of it's going to be locally based and stuff like that. But
Right.
I'll tell you right now, Effie, who's going to be on the show, is, he started with us, and with Fest and all
what
this stuff.
podcast are you talking about, Drennen?
What was the podcast? Demon Road Diaries is what it was. A couple other local wrestlers were just doing something, and they had me on to promote Mayhem.
Cool.
And if you want to check out, shout out to Demon Road Diaries.
Yeah.
But Effie is one of he's transcended he's bigger than our show, I would say. He's literally I think he's one of the biggest faces in the independents. He's there's a whole LTGBQ movement going on in pro wrestling right now, and Effie's 100%.
And dude,
one of the biggest faces.
all the
Pero
big
as
major
well.
shows in wrestling,
the guy in the pink
WWE,
short, pink pants?
WWE, NXT, Impact, all those, AEW. This dude comes out in fishnet stockings
Yeah.
and trunks with the pink daddy on the back,
Toxie accent.
and he
Acts like,
puts
yeah.
and he
we
basically
watched that one the other
is
night.
he just
Yeah.
dominates. Yes,
Yeah, me and him had that.
Effie.
I know what you guys watched, but me and him were in the main event of the first Mayhem on Mills show. That's the famous one where we went out into Mills and
Got slammed in the turn lane of Mills.
Mills,
he's-
Effie slammed me in the middle of Mills and tried to pin me. I kicked out, by the way, but but yeah, that kind of put us on the map. And he's going to be there tomorrow, and love him to death for sticking with us, and still he doesn't need to come down and do this. He's beyond this at this point, and he still comes down and he still remembers where he's from, and like, you know, he's still a great guy, and he's a superstar. Like, he's gonna be a guy that everybody's talking about. I still like, you know, the end, who two of my guys like Pero and Odinson right now. They were over in All Japan doing a tour.
Oh,
They've
wow.
done a couple tours with All Japan.
That's awesome.
Like, we started together. I kind of have a little bit of a kinship with them because I mentored them a little bit and everything, and they're going to be there tomorrow, and they're taking on these guys, Task Force, who are getting their first shot, and
That's
hopefully
great.
they're going to be here a year from now, like, still killing it. The same way, like, Troy Hollywood, who's our champion, showed up on the first show because I thought he was a funny guy that had some cool stuff going on, and he, over a year, developed into a guy that was like kind of like, okay, this guy's funny and can do some cool stuff, to an absolute champion that represents our brand in every way, and I could not
That's
be
awesome.
more proud of this guy.
Drennen, I would say I think you're one of the best spokesmen for any wrestling organization I've ever heard. And
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for coming out tonight.
Definitely the
We
best
appreciate-
sign swinger I've ever met. And
All
that
right.
hammerlock was pretty good too. I'll give you that one.
Well, guys, I had an absolute blast. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming out, Drennen. Danny's favorite tight end, Big T Little Odd. The last pirate bender, Liz Taylor. The princess of mustard, our lovable producer, Dirt McCoy, and me, the guru of good brew. Fuck you, Danny. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Good night, guys. Thanks for listening to Ballbusters.
I sure would love some peanuts.